AVC Sports presents high school football. Today's game is brought to you by Doane Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abels, Valentine Insurance, Flag Floors, Barnesville Hospital, Sonotone, Belmont Savings, Corner Pharmacy, Village Hardware, Dairy Queen, Rumor Loudon, Barnesville Do It Best, Wayne's Garage Door, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RVs, 209 Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, and Bruner Land Company.
Good evening, everyone. We are live here on the campus of Meadowbrook High School at Eugene Capers Field. My name is Mike Snively, and I am joined by Jeff Stevens, and we will be describing tonight's action as the Barnesville Shamrocks travel to Byesville to take on the Meadowbrook Colts. These two teams will be playing for the Bill Dowler Trophy. Coach Dowler taught at both Barnesville and Meadowbrook and is considered to be one of the finest and most respected educators by both school districts. The winner will take the traveling trophy back to the respected school. Last year's game was canceled due to COVID issues, and in 2020, these two teams did not play due to the shortened COVID season. We have to go all the way back clear to 2019 when Barnesville defeated the Meadowbrook Colts here on their home field 42-27. The Colts enter tonight's contest at 0-1, losing their first game to Maysville 35-7. Meanwhile, the Shamrocks rolled to 1-0 with a Thursday night win over Buckeye Local in Yorkville, which they won 32-8. Well, Jeff, looking on paper, the Shamrocks return the veteran quarterback, C.J. Hannes. He has over 30 career starts at quarterback for Barnesville, and to me, this seems like the key headliner for tonight's game. What do you think?
Well, I think anytime from a coach standpoint that you can return your quarterback from the previous year, and as you said, C.J. Hannes also had some starts as a sophomore, that's a key, and he kind of proved that last week, in the game up at Buckeye Local. He ran for about 160 yards and threw for another 100. I think he scored a couple of touchdowns, passed for a third. So he definitely will be the key, tonight, and the ball will be in his hands every play. But he's got some quickness on the outside, and he'll spread the ball around. Well,
and then on the conversely speaking, on the other side, Meadowbrook played who I thought was a pretty talented Maysville Panther squad last week on their home field. Maysville, to me, had about 4 or 5 weapons, and they look like they're going to make some noise this year. But, as a coach, you always said between weeks 1 and week 2 is when you make your biggest improvement. I think Coach Norman is definitely going to be thinking about, what kind of improvements are we going to make. And if you look at some of their rosters tonight, and they made some roster changes. Not only Meadowbrook, but Barnesville, we are seeing a lot of young faces out there tonight.
Yeah, both teams last year were very senior dominated, and Barnesville had a nice run and made it to the regional semifinals, and the Meadowbrook nice year, but just say those key seniors are gone, and sometimes you have players that can step in, and in Meadowbrook's case, you're asking a sophomore quarterback to step in, and some other young kids, including, looks like, a few freshmen.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you have to rely on freshmen to play against juniors and seniors, sometimes that'll work, and sometimes maybe not.
And, even as a sophomore quarterback, Justice Huey getting his first start last week against Maysville, the game is really fast for him right now. And it should start slowing down for him more and more as he progresses through his reads in the passing game. But tonight's pregame, everybody's brought to you by the Bruner Land Company. Right now, we are lucky with the weather. Looks like the clouds are out for now. In fact, we got some sunshine out. It's 79 degrees with a real feel of 83. A little bit windy. It's cooled things off. We are live on 93.5 WBNV. You can also watch the game on YRP-TV on the YouTube channel, YRP-TV, or the YRP-TV Facebook channel. So, we're going to take a quick break. Jeff and I will be right back to describe some more pregame festivities.
I'm Josh Abels. At Abels, you can count on us anytime you need help with anything electrical in your home. Our team has decades of experience. From emergency repairs to specialty lighting, outlets, and even complete home electrical upgrades, we're ready to help, and we promise a perfect job. We can also help protect your home with our automatic standby generators. When the power goes out, you'll be ready. Lights, heating and AC, refrigerator, sump pump, it's all up and running instantly. For generators or anytime you need an electrician, call Abels.
Barnesville Do It Best, 140 South Chestnut in downtown Barnesville, is a full-line hardware store featuring electrical, plumbing, paint, hardware, and lawn and garden departments. They provide chain sharpening, window repair, pipe cutting, custom color matching, and key cutting services. This fall, stop down to Barnesville Do It Best for STIHL outdoor power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and blowers. Barnesville Do It Best has a Best Rewards program where you get 1 point for every dollar spent. 140 South Chestnut, Barnesville Do It Best is a proud sponsor of the Barnesville Shamrocks.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
I'm Josh Abels. At Abels, you can count on us anytime you need help with anything electrical in your home. Our team has decades of experience. From emergency repairs to specialty lighting, outlets, and even complete home electrical upgrades, we're ready to help and we promise a perfect job. We can also help protect your home with our automatic standby generators. When the power goes out, you'll be ready. Lights, heating and AC, refrigerator, sump pump, it's all up and running instantly. For generators or anytime you need an electrician, call Abels.
Whether you are experiencing pain in your knee, tingling in your fingers, or a sore back, Superior Med Orthopedics is here for you. Their patients' health and safety is their top priority, and they currently offer telehealth visits for your initial appointment. Take comfort in knowing when you come to their facility, they're following all protocols to ensure you remain safe. Find out all their team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more. Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Traffic.
Right.
This wagon commute is killing me. You mind if I turn on your old radio?
Oh, this song again. I swear they play the same 3 chants on every station.
At this rate, it's going to take a fortnight to get to work.
Well, just be glad you don't need to fill up. I mean, have you seen the price of hay?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout history, people have always hated to commute. That's why Monster lets you search work from home jobs. Find your job at monster.com or download the app.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer WetJet. With Swiffer WetJet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer WetJet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Snively joined by Jeff Stevens tonight. We are live here at scenic Meadowbrook High School, where the Meadowbrook Colts, coming in at 0-1, are going to be taking on the 1-0 Barnesville Shamrocks. And as we discussed earlier, Jeff, these two teams will be playing for what is called the Bill Dowler Trophy. Bill Dowler actually coached and taught at Meadowbrook from the years 1972 through 1978, and he also coached in 1987. At Meadowbrook, and he was at Barnesville from the years of 1978 through 87. Coach Dowler, well respected, and this game is played for the Dowler Trophy. And when I think of this game, this is kind of a respected rivalry. These two teams go at it this week. It's not a rivalry like Barnesville and Union Local or a Cambridge and a Meadowbrook. It's more of a respected rivalry. It's a traveling trophy that each school is very proud to take, and they lead. I know Meadowbrook, for one, because I teach at Meadowbrook, but I know they keep it right there in the hallway. As long as they keep winning, they keep it right there to be displayed in the hallway for everybody to see. So, like I said, not one of those crazy rivalries like Union Local Barnesville or Meadowbrook Cambridge, but a very well-respected rivalry.
Well, that's a little bit different, you say, than these rivalries between the students, because let's be honest, a lot of the current student body probably is not aware of Bill Dowler on that. Now the football teams are, because I'm sure the coaching staffs talk that. I had the pleasure of knowing Bill Dowler back early in my teaching and coaching career. I coached basketball at Woodsfield. Well, Bill also coached JV basketball. There were 3 different years that I could find record of in my old scorebooks where we coached against each other at the JV level, went 3-3 against each other, and even had a triple overtime game one time.
Wow.
In there. But that's where I knew Bill at that time. Trying to remember for sure, because I student taught at Barnesville back in the fall of 1979. So a lot of connections. Also, for me there, as far as knowing Coach Dowler and what a good type person he was.
And I kind of hold this close to me too, because Bill Dowler, a 1965 graduate of Powhatan High School, now consolidated into River, and I am a native of Powhatan myself. So, a lot to play for here tonight, a lot at stake. A pretty decent crowd now, a late crowd filing in, and as we said, the sun is now kind of shining, and I think we are going to be, we got our fingers crossed, rain-free, because we are broadcasting outside tonight. We'll call it from the patio, and want to thank.
If that's what you want to call it.
We'll call it the patio, and I want to thank Athletic Director Jeff Wheeler for setting us up here and getting us a spot. I want to also thank our cameraman Andrew Dunlap and producer Brett Klein. They're going to be out here always doing a fantastic job with the technical support and everything that we need, because if it were up to you and I, Jeff, this game would I don't even think we could get it on the radio, let alone broadcast on TV. So we're lucky to have these guys. So we think Meadowbrook won the toss, and in fact we know Meadowbrook won the toss. They're going to be starting Justice Huey at quarterback. Sam Bopp will be at running back. The offensive line will consist of Chucky Dyer, Austin Steele, with the possibility of Casey Clendenning, Zayden Yeagle, Bailey Kuhn, and Mitchell George. The receivers will be Landon Kuhn, Cam Morrison, Evan Dyer, and Nick Norman. Now, there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores mixed within that group. Barnesville defensively is going to start up front with Luke Taylor, Quentin Lazier, Robbie Nixon, and Marshall Mead. The 4 linebackers will be Casey Carpenter, Salvador Alvarez, Tayson Starr, and Camden Carpenter. The one thing that sticks out when I look at those 4 linebackers, every one of those are in 10th grade. They're all 4 sophomores. And then in the secondary, C.J. Hannes, he'll be at a corner. Duger Costello will be at a corner, and Luke Detling will be the free safety.
Well, as you said before, a lot of young kids here on that, and if that one change I had you make earlier there, Tayson Starr is actually a junior. So
okay,
he's the senior of the group. He played on the outside last year and moved in. And one thing I tell you we can keep an eye on, Mike, is the fact that those 2 inside linebackers for Barnesville, that when I did their game last week against Buckeye Local, I really thought they must be lining up in Buckeye Local's huddle, because they were in the backfield making plays all night.
Reading the ball, yeah.
It'd be very, very key for them. Meadowbrook, is going to have to do a job blocking those inside linebackers. But Buckeye Local was not a threat to pass, so those linebackers could just tee off, and concentrate on the run. So we'll see what happens tonight. But they will be keys as far as Barnesville's defense and Meadowbrook's offense as far as being able to block those linebackers.
Well, the Meadowbrook Colts take the field carrying 2 Meadowbrook flags along with the American flag. They'll be in the orange helmet, orange pants, and brown jerseys. Barnesville now enters the field, white jersey, white pants, green helmet. So we're going to keep it right here. We got about 50 seconds before kickoff. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by the Bruner Land Company. So like I said, kickoff temperature going to be about 79 degrees, just a little bit humid. Last week, Jeff, when we had the Maysville Meadowbrook game, we only had 1 cramp, and it was pretty warm last week. How was the cramp situation down in your way at Yorkville last week?
And we made a comment during the game on that. We had no stoppages of play because of cramps.
Wow.
During that game, but also from the late 3rd quarter through the 4th quarter, both teams were subbing, or especially Barnesville subbed quite liberally.
Right.
On that. So but not a lot of cramping this early in the year with the humidity. And like I said, compared to what it could be tonight, this is at this moment very nice night, and I hope it stays that way. I know here at Eugene Capers Field, the Meadowbrook people were nice enough to allow Buckeye Trail to use their facility last Saturday night, and boy, did they get into a
They got into a weather, and I think I heard the game ended at 12. Due to the weather delays, the game ended at 12:01 a.m. Well, it's Valentine Insurance kickoff time. Tonight's kickoff is sponsored by John Valentine with Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. Kicking off tonight for the Shamrocks will be Evan Lau. He's a 6'2" sophomore. Deep for Meadowbrook, and we're sitting kind of low. It's hard to tell who it is right now. I think we have
Cam Morrison is one of them.
Cam Morrison, that makes sense. And you have the binoculars, and it looks like Morrison's going to get the ball at about his 14. He's going to go up the middle. He gets to the outside, brought down by number 19 for Barnesville. That is Logan Taylor on the stop. So the Colts, pretty decent field position, going to start on the left hash. Sophomore Justice Huey trots out onto the field. And it's go time here in Byesville.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, Mike, what Meadowbrook's strategy here tonight. I say Buckeye local last week against Barnesville only completed one pass for negative yards. They only really attempted a couple of passes during the entire game. So we'll see if Meadowbrook might come out and test the Barnesville secondary.
Meadowbrook starts off in the pistol formation. Bopp stands behind Huey. Meadowbrook checks out, looks over to the sidelines. First play of the game, handoff to Bopp. Bopp is going to be stuffed right up the middle. No room up the middle. Salvador Alvarez, like you said last week, same thing at Buckeye Local. He snuffed that one out and might have thrown down Bopp for a loss.
Yeah, again, it looked like he was almost unblocked on the play there. We'll call that no gain on the play, but good old field tackle there by Alvarez.
Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Morrison in motion. Snap. Back to Bopp, nothing doing again. Initially, Big Quentin Leisure was there to get his big paw out there and grab Bopp, and this one is going to be a loss of about 2.
Yeah, Luke Taylor also was there, but as you say, Leisure broke through there first. Big Quentin, 300 pounds, he broke through there and made that play for a loss of a couple yards.
Barnesville getting a lot of hats to the ball early and often. This time, Huey throws. Goes over the middle to 20. The pass was intended for Mason Blankenship, but an easy call for the official, going to be pass interference on the Barnesville secondary.
Yeah, the ball was thrown there, and it looked like basically the coverage man for Barnesville just kind of reached out and give the receiver a shove.
Yeah.
That was, as you say, for the back judge, that was a pretty easy call there. So they'll come back to the line of scrimmage, mark off 15-yard step-off against Barnesville, and that will give Meadowbrook their first down of the game.
Yeah, the automatic first down, and the Meadowbrook offense testing that secondary early, stretching that field. And there's a lot of discussion here.
It initially looked like pretty good coverage there, by the Shamrocks. But as I said, looks like, the secondary man there just kind of reached out and gave the receiver a little bit of a shove. And I really cannot imagine, Mike, what the officials are in this.
Yeah, unless there was another penalty somewhere else. But this is a long discussion for an interference call. And I don't know if they'll pick up the flag here or not. They get the interference on the Barnesville secondary.
Yeah, I'm not sure if one of the officials maybe was questioning, whether that should have been called or not. To me, it looked pretty obvious, but it will be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Now take Meadowbrook out now to about the 43, almost, we'll call it the 44-yard line, and that will be a Meadowbrook first down.
Well, after Meadowbrook's first 2 plays getting stuffed for minus yardage, that first down, automatic first down, is a big lift for them. Huey takes the ball, hands to Bopp. Bopp tries to get to the outside. He's going to get 2 or 3 before he's taken down. Happened over on the Barnesville sideline. Number 22, Casey Carpenter, one of those sophomore linebackers we talked about in the pregame, on the stop for the Shamrocks. So we're at 10:36 here in the first quarter early. First possession here for the Meadowbrook Colts. 0-0 is your score. I'm Mike Snively with Jeff Stevens. We are live on 93.5 WBNV and on YRP TV. Handoff, looks like we're going to have a reverse pass this time, and just overthrown. Bopp took the handoff, handed it to Morrison. Morrison, the lefty, the southpaw, comes over tries to find Nick Norman but overthrows him. So Coach Norman getting his bag of tricks out early, but was unsuccessful on that trip.
And if the Barnesville defense was not aware that Morrison was left-handed, they should know that now.
Yeah, they should know that now.
But we had a receiver there just a little bit overthrown. This brings up 3rd down and long now for the Colts.
And be honest, I didn't know Morrison was left-handed either. Huey back to pass, throws across the ball is tapped and nearly intercepted by Tayson Starr, number 1.
Yeah, Tayson Starr, inside linebacker, and his drop there. Got a hand on that and knocked the ball away. That will be 4th down now, and the Colts, after that 1 first down by penalty, will now have to punt the ball away at their own 46-yard line.
Colts' first punt last week was from their own end zone, and there was a bad snap, and Maysville was able to tackle the Colts punter, who is Cam Morrison, the junior, right inside the 1-yard line. So Maysville got the ball initially right inside the 1 and took a 1 play to score. So first punt of the game.
Luke Detling on the far side and Duker Costello back.
And now we're going to have possibly, no roughing the punter here, but we do have and that was
Detling on the return.
That was Detling on the return, and he got a great return. Now, I don't know if that's a flag. That was a beanbag, I think, Jeff, the orange thing that fell back here.
Now that they're using those orange beanbags.
They look like flags.
And the way they throw them at the point of a fumble or in this place where the return started, it can be kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But Detling did a good job getting up the far sideline there in front of his own bench and got the good yardage. He's out to the 42-yard line, so pretty good field position for Barnesville and their senior quarterback, C.J. Hannes.
Well, here comes Hannes, the senior. Has started over 30 games. He's going to start under center. He's got an I formation behind him. Receiver to the left, receiver to the right. Handoff up the middle. And Tayson Starr has a ton of room, and that's going to be a touchdown on the first play. That is a 58-yard touchdown run by Tayson Starr on the very first offensive play of scrimmage for Barnesville. And you want to talk about a shot in the arm for momentum. That's a big, big, big play for Tayson Starr and his Barnesville Shamrock teammates. And with 9:54 in the quarter, that gives Barnesville a 6-0 lead. On to attempt the extra point. Looks like Evan Lau.
Luke Detling will hold. Marshall Mead kicked last week, so this is a change in kickers.
Kick is up, and it's good. So, with 9:54 left in the first quarter, Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0. We will be right back.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
Start thinking about outdoor project season. That's where J&S Tree Care Services can help. Whether it's hauling, cutting, trimming, removals, stump grinding, leaf and debris cleanup, or any other timber project, nothing is too far away, too big, or too small. J&S Tree Care Services can do it all. Find us on Facebook at JS Tree Care Services and call me, Jeanette, or my husband, Steve, for a free quote at 740-260-6603.
Welcome back to Meadowbrook. Evan Lau set to kick off for the Shamrocks. Right footer Pooch kicks it, and this thing looks like it's going to head out of bounds, and it does. So that's going to be a penalty on Barnesville. Let's see if Coach Norman decides to take the penalty or have them re-kick.
At this point in the game, I would say they'll take the ball at the 35-yard line.
Is it the 35 in high school now,
well,
Jeff?
Just wait a minute and I'll tell you.
I don't, it seems like it changes every year.
Coach Norman could take a 5-yard penalty and re-kick, but at this point in the game, most
coaches are going to
will take the ball at, and it looks like that's what Meadowbrook will do. They'll take the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yes, it will. Good call on the 35. I think the pros go clear out to the 40 now.
Of course, they kick off from back at
They kick off from the other end zone, it seems like. Yeah, you're exactly right.
The one thing I've seen several times, I don't know if they have a choice, the officials are putting the ball down in the middle of the field. And I've seen times with kicks out of bounds, they'll put the ball in play at the hash mark on the side where it went out. But, maybe there's a choice.
Right in the middle there.
It's in the middle and then the Colt ball.
Colts go 2 running backs. Hand off to Boff. Boff stuffed, nothing doing again. And a host of Barnesville defenders there. Quentin Lazier, Robbie Nixon, all kind of play. Luke Taylor, just a bunch of players getting their hats to the football, and that's going to be a loss of 1 for Boff. So nothing doing in the run game right now for the Colts.
And that's a 4-man front by Barnesville, and they do a really nice job in there. They say Lazier and Nixon, the down tackles. The ends are Luke Taylor and Marshall Mead, and they've done a nice job here the first few plays.
Out to Norman on the pass. Huey hits Norman. He picks up about 6, maybe 7, so that's going to bring up 3rd and a long 3 for the Colts. The first quarter is brought to you tonight by Wayne Garage Door. 7-0 score here. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook. 9 minutes left in this opening quarter here at Eugene Capers Field. Huey to the line quick. Hands off to Bop. Bop is going to get the first down. Looks just by about a foot. So another first down for the Colts. Marshall Mead on the tackle another tackle for the Barnesville Shamrocks.
And he gets just to the 40, nose of the football just at the 45, and this possession started at the 35. So obviously that was a 4-yard pickup, and Meadowbrook's second first down of the game.
Little look like run pass option there, and it's going to be completed to number 1, Braylon Lowry, just a freshman, one of those freshmen we talked about. So the sophomore, Justice Huey, runs the RPO, the old run pass option, and decided to throw it. Hits Lowry, another first down for the Colts. Colts first down, moving fast on another run pass option. This time they tried the same exact thing, and it goes through Lowry's hands. So it's going to bring up a second down, and Huey took a shot that time, as did Lowry.
And Lowry also, he wasn't as wide open as he was on the previous play, but he took a pretty good hit there with the ball having already bounced off his hands. But Meadowbrook looks like they're going to try a little up-tempo here and try to maybe force Barnesville's defense hand.
Meadowbrook likes to play fast. Takes the snap. Bop gets himself a little bit of room, breaks a tackle, and maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there by Salvador Alvarez. But Bop did a nice job there. Bop only 5'6", 140, but kept those legs a-churning and broke out a 6-yard run there, so it makes up a more manageable third down for the Colts. 3rd and 6 here for the Colts on the Shamrocks' 39-yard line. Gun formation here for the Colts.
3 receivers wide right.
Bop into the backfield to his left. Mason Blankenship split to the left by himself. Morrison motions into the backfield. Colts hand off to Bop. Bop tries that middle, and the middle's not been really going well lately for the Colts. He's stuffed up again, and it looked like Salvador Alvarez once again, and that's going to bring, that's a short loss. So
Lazier also there. Starr was in on the play, but I think no gain.
And it's going to be, it's 3rd down, 3rd and 5. And the officials called timeout, and for some reason, I thought that was 4th down, and we're going to check here, because I know Lowry, the pass was incomplete to Lowry for down 1. Then there was a loss on the play.
And it is 4th down.
It is 4th down.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was 4th down.
Now they have that straight. 4th down now with the ball at the 38-yard line, Barnesville territory. I think this position on the field, the Colts will obviously go for it, and they have their offense lined up.
You still got that option to punt it, pooch it, because nobody's back for the Shamrocks, but Morrison goes in motion. Huey takes a snap. He was going to throw. There's going to be a flag down. Now, this could be either holding or this is going to be a face mask, horse collar tackle. I could not tell which it was, and it's going to be a hold, and that will be declined by Barnesville. Barnesville will take over on downs. The defense steps up again. So another good effort there, and I believe that was Quentin Lazier in there, getting his big hand out there, getting a hand and sacking Justice Huey.
Yeah, since there was a sack on the play, loss of 8, and that was a 4th down play, it will be declined, and that is the signal we get, declined. So the Shamrocks will take over on downs. Again, pretty good field position at their own 46-yard line.
And Barnesville's only ran one offensive play, and that play was a big play, a 58-yard run by Tayson Starr on the first play of scrimmage. So 7:03 left here in the first quarter. Shamrocks lead Meadowbrook 7-0. We're here at Eugene Capers Field. Hannes goes under center out of the I formation. He's going to throw. He rolls out to his right. He's going to pull it down and run, and he's going to get tackled for a loss, and that looked like number 50 for the Colts. Isaac Picari, the senior, 5'10", 200-pounder, chased down Hannes, and that's going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Talon Cannon also was there to kind of finish him off after the initial hit, but you say a loss of a yard on the play.
Cannon, the talented sophomore linebacker. Shamrocks go twin receivers to the far side. I backfield, handoff to the fullback. Nothing doing up there for the fullback. And I believe that was Alvarez. Nothing going on, and that's going to be a little bit of a loss.
And Picari also is one of the tacklers there. Yeah.
Chucky Dyer in there, the senior, number 55 for the Colts. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 11 and a half for the Shamrocks.
I think a rather generous forward progress spot there for the Shamrock offense on the plays. They put him basically back at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Corbin Wise runs the play in, tells Hannes the play. Shamrocks line up, they go gun this time. Hannes rolls to his left, throws, has a receiver, number 7, and that's going to be Duker Costello. He's going to have about a pickup of about 13 or 14, enough for the first down. That's going to move the sticks and move the Shamrocks into Meadowbrook territory. And that Hannes had to put it right there, and he did. That's not always the easiest of throws, running to your left when you're right-handed, but he threw it out there and put it exactly where Duker Costello could catch it. Needed 11, got 13. So first down Meadowbrook.
Yeah,
first down Barnesville.
Yeah, nice offensive play there. That's the first pass attempt. Hannes scrambled before, so that's the first attempt and first completion for the Shamrocks.
Trip receivers to the right. Quick bubble screen thrown over the head. And they said it was a forward pass. It was intended for Duker Costello, and they're going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, it was
forward pass.
Yeah.
So that the fumble is not in question once it's called thrown forward. So that'll bring up second down.
But that is a swing pass there that sometimes, depending on the position, when that ball hits the ground, you like to see your defense
jump all over
it.
Right.
Just in case. Don't wait and see what the signal is. Get the ball first.
Exactly. You never know what can happen. So this time straight just a quarterback draw, quarterback power type play, and it's going to pick up a first down for C.J. Hannes. Hannes picked up that's the first time we've seen a design run play for Hannes. He picks up 13 or 14. Another first down for Barnesville. Hannes, the senior quarterback.
I'm giving 14 yards
good.
On that.
Nice run there. And you said Hannes had a heck of a running game last week against Buckeye Local, and that, like I said, that was probably his first design run tonight, and picks up a first down.
Now, you really don't like to have to run your quarterback 15 or 18 times a game, but if he's one of your better athletes, you have to do what's best.
Exactly. Hannes back in the gun. He's going to hand off to Alvarez. Alvarez gets him a little bit of a hole up there. He's going to pick up about 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Brought down there by Talon Cannon. 2nd and 5 here in Byesville. 7-0 Barnesville leads the Colts. 5:26 left in this opening quarter here. Sun's getting ready to set, but it's still in our eyes, and that's okay.
Yeah, fortunately the play is down to our right.
Right now it is.
The sun is to our left at the moment, so it's not too bad. But
it's better than the alternative of rain, and I think we are. I'm going to uncross my fingers. I think we're good. You can knock on that plastic.
We're going to get a whistle and get a timeout here.
Coach Blake Allen needs a timeout, and we're going to take it with him. So Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0, 5:01 left here in the first quarter. We will be right back after these messages.
Hey, we're Belmont Savings Bank, and this is banking made easy. I'm talking high value, big solutions. We have teams ready at every location to help you set up new accounts, or better yet, bring over an existing account from another bank. It's fast, it's simple, and with Kasasa Cash Back, we can even pay you money into your checking account depending on how you use that account. Some restrictions apply. We're Belmont Savings Bank. How may we help you today?
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77, Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Back here at Meadowbrook, Barnesville on the run. Jet sweep here, hand off to Duker Costello, and he is running circles around Meadowbrook right now. We're going to have a flag. This thing's going to come back. Duker Costello runs probably 110 yards on that play, but it's all for naught. It's going to be brought back due to a hold on Barnesville. But yeah, a nice move nonetheless.
But yeah, Costello came on that jet sweep to the right, had nowhere to go, reverse field to his left, and when he reversed field, I think that's when the flag came down. It will be a holding call, and the flag is at the 25-yard line. That's a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. So
right about
10 yards,
17.
Yeah,
probably.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that's when it should take it back to about the 35-yard line, and I think 17 to go is correct.
Yeah, Duker got out there to the right side, inside the right hash, and decided, nope, I'm going the other way. And for a second there, I thought he was going to take it to the house, but then you saw the flag come in, and that kind of negated all of that.
Second Barnesville penalty.
Second Barnesville penalty on the night. 4:47 and ticking here. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0. Just the second possession tonight for Barnesville.
I'm looking at this side down here. Do we have a play clock down in this end zone?
There used to be, yeah, there's one here. It's over here, and it's behind the light pole, and you can't see him. We have
okay, I'm blocked. I thought we had no play clock.
It's down here behind this light pole.
Okay.
Hannes under center throwing the screen pass, and that's out to. That was either Starr or Duker Costello. I have a Starr. Tayson Starr catches the screen pass, kind of snuffed out pretty well by Talon Cannon, and I believe number 70 Ethan Hetty. On the defense for Meadowbrook, snuffed out that thing out. Only a 3-yard gain there, maybe a 2-yard gain there for the Shamrocks.
That's going to bring up third and real long here from the 32-yard line. Third and about 14.
Now, if you're Barnesville, do you try to get half of it here and half of it on fourth down? Because you're basically in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think that's it. You don't have to have the first down on this play. I think, get a chunk here and go for it on fourth down.
Unless you got that 50-yard field goal kicker in your back pocket. Anyhow, they probably do not. Hannes rolls to his right, throws. He's got a receiver, but he would have been out of bounds. Pass was intended to Luke Detling. Pretty good defense out here by the Colts. Cam Morrison or Mason Blankenship on the coverage out there. So now that's going to bring up fourth and about 14. Let's see what Coach Blake Allen decides to do here in this situation. 3:36 left here from Byesville in the first quarter. 7-0 Barnesville.
Well, they're going to keep the offense on the field, but again, you get a formation here and you get that little pooch kick.
Yeah, that's true too.
Down, but they are lined up in a to-go formation. But Almaraz is the punter and he's lined up back, but they are going for it.
Hannes throws it out here. A nice throw and maybe dropped. That ball may have been dropped by Corbin Wise. It wouldn't have been enough for the first down, but I think it was also well defended by Meadowbrook, so a big defensive stand there by the Colts. Colts will take over at the Barnesville 32-yard line.
Yeah, that ball kind of floated out a little bit there and was a little bit short, and as Wise tried to take a step back for the ball, it hit off his hands, and like you say, I do not believe he could have got the first down because the Meadowbrook defenders were right there.
And you'd have to throw that thing a long way because it was a 4th and 14. You got to get at least 15. Then you got to throw it halfway across the field on the line. So tough throw.
But Barnes will turn it over on downs.
So Huey back in at quarterback. Pistol formation. Fakes the handoff. Throws to Nick Norman. Nick Norman makes the catch. Takes a big hit from Starr. But that's going to be a pickup of 9 on the throw from Huey to Nick Norman, son of head coach Steve Norman. So 2nd and 1, ball at the Meadowbrook 41-yard line on the right hash.
And that's Norman's second catch.
Twin receivers to the left, twin to the right, pistol formation. Morrison behind Huey. Handoff to Morrison. Morrison's got a lot of room, Big hole through that A gap, and he's going to pick up about 13 yards. That's a first down, Meadowbrook. So Meadowbrook gets a little bit of momentum here offensively. And then after a first down, Meadowbrook usually plays fast is what they do. Huey, and nothing doing there. Cam Morrison, nothing doing. And Tayson Starr, once again, the junior linebacker. He and Alvarez have stuffed up that middle all night, Jeff.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard on the play, but
I shouldn't say all night. They have most of this first quarter.
yeah, the going's been very tough inside. For the Colts.
Yeah. 2nd and 9. Huey takes the snap. He throws out here, and he's going to hit Blankenship. Blankenship with the catch on the run-pass option. That's about the 3rd or 4th time the Colts have tried that, and they've been successful a couple times. So that's going to make it a very manageable 3rd and about 2, maybe 1. So about 3rd and 1. Colts definitely in 4-down territory as shadows start to cover some of the turf at Eugene Capers Field. Sun going over those trees in the background. This time Huey's going to keep it himself. He's going to pick up the first down. Brought down by number 52, Marshall Mead. Another sophomore.
3-yard pickup, but nice play there. That's the first time we've seen a called quarterback run here for the Colts tonight, and he didn't need a lot of yardage there. He gets 3, and there's another first down. I have Meadowbrook over for 5 first downs.
Colts generating some momentum. Trip receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Lowry goes in motion. Snap to Huey. Huey's got a little bit of time. He throws it. Pretty good coverage out there by number 8, Luke Detling. Pass was intended for number 12, Cooper McManaway, another freshman on the field. So 2 freshmen out there playing receiver right now for the Colts.
Yeah, definitely pretty good coverage there, as you said, by Detling. And the ball was just thrown a little bit to the inside, and Detling really had the best position. There it goes incomplete. I now have Huey at 4 for 7 throwing. And now the Colts kind of slow down here and look to the side for the play. Some of this up-tempo makes it tough.
It does.
I marked the yardage down.
Especially for stat guys like you.
And the next play's already started.
You were probably a good math guy, though, Jeff. You just seem like you would be. Not me. Handoff to, and that's going to be Morrison. He gets stuffed again, and guess who?
Starr.
Tayson Starr. He's been a star in this first quarter, no doubt about it. Hey, tonight's first quarter is brought to you by Wayne Garage Door. Speaking of first quarter, under 1:20 left here on the campus of Meadowbrook High School. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0. Now we have a substitute here on the line. Zayden Yeagel's going to step in, looks like at a guard position. He's a 5'11", 190-pound junior.
Yeah, big Chucky Dyer stepping off now for this play.
And Dyer is a big boy himself, 6'4", 300. And I'll tell you what, I think
play clock's down to 5, and they're going to let it run down here. We're going to have to get a timeout called here by the Colts, I would believe. Yes, we do.
Okay, with 49 seconds left in the first quarter, Shamrocks are beating Meadowbrook right now 7-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
It's time to say goodbye to summer. And hello to fall with the new DQ Blizzard and Shake menu. There's the always festive pumpkin pie, tasty new cinnamon roll center, and many more delicious fall flavors than ever right now on the DQ Fall Blizzard and Shake menu. If you're craving fall, you can find it at Barnesville DQ, 402 East Main Street, where happy tastes good. DQ would like to wish the Shamrock a great season. Go Rocks!
Welcome back to Meadowbrook High School, Eugene Capers Field. I'm Mike Snively, joined here tonight by Jeff Stevens. We are on 93.5 FM WBNV on the radio. And if you want to watch us play, or watch this game, I should say, you can get on YRP TV, or the YouTube part of YRP TV, or the YRP TV Facebook. Grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite cold drink, sit down, listen, let Jeff and myself take you home. So 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, big play here for the Colts. They've moved the ball decently here in the first quarter, but nothing to show for it as far as points.
So 3rd and 10. Trip receivers to the short side. Huey takes the snap, hands it to Bob on a counter. Bob's got some room, and I think he's close to a first down, Jeff.
I think he caught the Barnesville defense a little flat-footed there.
Like some type of counter play, and it's going to bring up a 4th and less than 1.
Yeah, they mark him short there, about 9 yards for Bob.
I was trying to push it in while turning left.
So no question here, the Colts are going to go for it. And they may, well, they're going to have to run a play because there's 19 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, just about a second difference.
Second difference,
yeah. So they will have to run the play.
Morse is going to line up right behind the left guard. Blankenship's going to go in motion. They're going to try to get the Shamrocks to jump. No, they're going to go with it and right up the middle. And it's going to be close, but we're going to have a flag. This will be an interesting call here.
Yeah, Quentin Lazier on the first hit there by the Shamrock defense. Clock stops.
Is that too quick to call a hold, or did somebody move? That's the question.
No reaction from anybody. A shift.
Illegal shift against the Colts. So all that hurrying and moving around. I did not see it, but obviously the officials got the better view than we do.
But I don't see a lot here because when I'm focused in with my binoculars, I can only see a small section there.
Right.
So I did not see that, but that the shift would indicate that there were two players moving and did not reset prior to the snap. And Barnesville, I think, would obviously take that because Bop did get the first down.
So that's going to bring it back to make it about 4th and about 5.5. So
back to the 29-yard line. Let's see where they put it. Yeah, 29. That's
so you would think the Colts will not go up the middle here because they haven't had a whole lot of success
and the
up the
clock
middle.
Should run here.
If the clock starts, they can take the quarter.
Well, yes, it does. So they can take it down if they want with 6 seconds left.
So this will be the last play of the quarter.
They snap it.
Huey's back deep, has room. He could run for this. He's going to run. It's going to be. He got the first down. So Huey gets the first down. Needed to get to the 23. He got to the 20. So at the end of the first quarter here in Byesville, Meadowbrook picks up the first down. They're in the red zone. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0. We will, at the end of the first quarter, we will be right back after this.
When it comes to vinyl replacement windows, they are not all created equal. At Wayne Garage Door in Cambridge, our reputation for high standards and quality of products can be seen with our Eris collection of vinyl replacement windows. Combine the standard features an Eris window provides that installers don't have, along with our quality workmanships, and you have the best vinyl window to choose from for your home or business. Call us today at 740-439-7555 to see the difference an Eris collection window can make for you.
Penny wise and pound foolish. At Corner Pharmacy, we see it all the time. Folks driving to St. Clairsville or Cambridge for their $4 prescriptions. Hi, this is Chip Terrett, owner of Corner Pharmacy. You should give us a call for a price on all of your prescriptions. If it's not on their $4 list, you're probably paying too much. Often as much as $10 or $15 too much, and spending your time to do it. Call us, Corner Pharmacy, corner of Main and Chestnut Street, downtown Barnesville.
Welcome back, everybody, to Meadowbrook High School here in Byesville, Ohio. Week 2 of the fastest 10 weeks of the calendar year football season. You ever notice that, Jeff? 10 weeks of football season fly by.
I noticed that, and that's what everybody else will say too. People listening at home probably get tired of hearing announcers say that.
Yeah, it flies by. But nonetheless, here Barnesville leads Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook driving, but
now with the early start, where teams are going to have 3 games in prior to Labor Day, it just can't even.
Playoffs will start before Halloween, I believe.
Yeah, actually in October when the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. So Colts got a little momentum going. 20-yard line of Shamrocks. Hand off to Bob. Bob's got a little bit of room. He's going to get about 4 or 5. Gang tackled by a host of Shamrocks. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
The first quarter, Mike, at Barnesville was about 92 yards of total offense. Meadowbrook was 73 yards. Of course, Barnesville leading 7-0, based on that 58-yard touchdown run by Starr on the first Barnesville play.
Starr may have went untouched on that first play. So 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5. Morrison motions into the backfield. Hand off to Bob. Bob's not going to get much there. Initial tackle there looked like Robbie Nixon. No, that was not Robbie Nixon.
Couple yards.
That was Salvador Alvarez, who's been absolutely everywhere on the defensive side of the ball for the green and white. So big 3rd down and less than 5 here.
That's 10 carries for Bob thus far in the game, so he's getting a pretty good workout on this warm night.
Bob, last week's +1 Pizza Player of the Week. In fact, I had some today earlier. Handoff to Bob again. Bob's going to be short and brought down by Quentin Leisure.
Mead,
and maybe Camden Carpenter in there.
Maybe a yard.
So 4th down, and let's call it 3. 4th down and 3. Colts line up pretty quick. Last time they did this, they had an illegal shift. This time, they're going to try to get them to jump. Did they get them to jump? No, they did not. Almost. So Morrison's going to shift over to the right.
Yeah, play clock still at 10.
Plenty of time. Huey takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking back for a screen pass, and it's going to be played excellently. Is that a word? Guy looked like number 8.
Luke Detling.
Luke Detling read that thing from the snap. He was waiting on the back left side screen, and nothing doing there for the Colts. I thought it was an excellent play call by the Colts, but an even better job defensively by Luke Detling. So Luke Detling right there.
That's about 7-yard loss on that 4th down play. So good play there by Detling off his
free safety. Come up from free safety. So
and a good open field tackle, and that's not the easiest thing to do, in high school football. So, let's say Meadowbrook's moved the ball decently here, on every possession, but they've yet to find the end zone. So, Barnesville now, this is their poorest starting position of the night at their own 20-yard line, but the Shamrocks continue to lead 7-0.
Hannes under center, which you don't see a lot in high school nowadays, Jeff, is under center. Hands off. Looks like Star's got more room. Star's going to pick up about 14 on that play. So Tayson Starr with another big run there for the Shamrocks. Tonight's second quarter sponsor is brought to you by Galaxy Pizza.
That's Tayson Starr's got 2 carries now in the game. He has 72 yards.
Well, that's a pretty good average. That is a pretty good average. I think, what is
and
it, 36?
I know what everybody thinks and stuff. He says, well, they
Why
need
did
to give him the ball again.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Why doesn't he get it more?
Now he does.
And he gives it right back to Starr. Starr's going to pick up close to another first down, well below his average of 36 yards per carry on that one, though. Just a gain of 9 for Tayson Starr, as I say that sarcastically.
Yeah, Coach Allen over there as the play caller there, he'll take a 9-yard pickup on first down anytime.
Well, I tell you what, one thing about Barnesville, when you do a Barnesville game, you see the same last names over and Hannes and Carpenter and Starr and Detling. It's the same ones every year. 2nd and 1.
And out near it's the 43-yard line, not quite to midfield yet.
Hand off again to Starr. Starr's just turning those legs forward, and he's just powering through for about 6 or 7 there.
He's about 7, and it's going to be another first down.
I take that back. That was that Camden Carpenter? That might have been Camden Carpenter. I'll have to take a look at that one.
I'm not sure. I thought it was
hard to tell from our angle. We'll try to get it right, though.
I thought it was Starr.
Whoever the tailback's in there now, that's who it was, and I can't really tell who it is. But under center goes Hannes. A lot of success up the middle. Fullback, Alvarez, bulldogs his way for about 3. And that was
Carpenter.
Yeah, Camden Carpenter on that last carry. But Alvarez right there gets about 3.5. The old Woody Hayes 3 yards in the cloud of dust. Run that clock. 8:12 left here in the second quarter in Byesville. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 7-0. Winner takes the Bill Dowler Trophy to their school.
Yeah, Starr's back in now at the tailback position. Wise is wide to the left.
So under center, Hannes gets the handoff. Hands to Starr. Starr's got more room again. He's going to be brought down by Blankenship, but it's not before he gets the first down or close enough, and they're going to move the chains. So another first down for Barnesville, and that ball is going to be moved on to the Meadowbrook 39-yard line. The sun has almost set completely here in Byesville. The days will be getting shorter, Jeff, and I'm sure the weather's going to be getting much, much better in the next couple months. You know how it is in Ohio here, right? It's so nice around here coming the end of football season.
Yeah, it happens that way every year.
Just think if we're sitting out here in November. It's a little different story.
No thanks.
Both tackles and guard pulling from the right side. Hands it to Starr. We got a lid fell off. Looked like number 50. Isaac Picari's helmet came off. He's going to have to take a break.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but I saw the helmet hit the ground there, so he'll Well, did he come out?
Yeah, he came out.
Okay, yes, he did. There he is.
You know, sometimes, and I can't tell if Isaac has long hair or not, but sometimes these kids got these long hair and then it sweats. You know, it slides right off sometimes.
But you're about 3-yard pickup there for Tayson Starr. 2nd down, 7, ball at the 37-yard line.
So Hannes gets it under center. Tight splits for the Shamrocks. Carpenter this time. Carpenter bulls overhead. Not a whole lot going on. Nice job there by the inside Colt
might got a couple
defense. And now Chucky Dyer looked like he was the initial tackler there, and number 76. And I don't think there's a 76 on the roster. So I'm going to say that's either, I think that might be Ethan Hetty. I'm not real sure. There's not a 76. Anyhow, 3rd and 7. Hell's Bells playing in the background. And all for naught. Looks like the Colts jumped off sides, but it will not result into a first down. Get them closer, though. It'll be 3rd and about 2 now. But a more manageable 3rd down situation for the green and white.
Yeah, it probably changes the Barnesville play call, the difference to, 3rd and 7.
No doubt.
To 3rd and 2. And especially when they've been pretty effective running the ball here.
Maybe this is the play you go deep, Jeff.
Off a little play fake here.
A little play fake, and it's going to be double tight.
Yeah, double tight.
Dead eye formation, 3 backs in the backfield. Smash mouth football. Ball handed off to Starr. He gets to the outside. He's going to have the first down easily, and he's going to keep moving, and that's going to be an easy first down. Ran out of bounds out there by Braylon Lowry. So Starr's having a fantastic game on the ground.
And look and see where they mark him out at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I'm going to give him.
We're down closer to the 12.
Closer to the 12,
that's
looks like, Jeff.
About 19 yards.
So he's got to be getting close to that century mark.
Oh, that's now 110.
Great math there. Great math.
And we're midway through period number 2.
Did you teach math in high school?
No.
No, okay. I for some reason thought you were a math teacher. Same formation, dead eye formation, double tight splits to Starr. Starr tries to stay in between the tackles that time. Not much doing there. Mason Blankenship in there initially. And it looks like Cooper McManaway, just a freshman in there on the tackle.
And not as big a hole there, only about a yard there for Starr on that carry.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Rocks lead 7-0. 5:16 left before halftime here in Byesville. The sun is down. The lights are shining.
And we can look down to our left now and not have that sun right in our eyes.
Absolutely.
Stacked eye.
You just wonder where he's going to pull it out, and there it is. Tight ends are crossing the field. Nobody home. Hannes is going to have to make a play. He gets out of bounds, and he's going to lose a yard.
Pretty good job stringing that play out there, but the left side of the defense there, but the Colts, as Hannes, that's a little run pass option type play there. He can throw that, but he's going to lose probably a couple of yards.
Yeah, you'd like to see him chuck that one through the end zone onto the lane 1 of the track. But Cooper McManaway, the freshman, making a presence there tonight. Wearing number 12 was brother Brady last year. Outstanding linebacker. He's down at Marietta College right now, preparing for the season. So,
big play
3rd and 11.
Yeah, big play here for the Colts on the 3rd and 11. Barnesville at the 13-yard line.
Rocks back to the shotgun. Alvarez motions to make it trips. Hannes rolls to his left, throws. What a nice throw. And catch. And that was Detling. And there's not much you can do there. I thought.
Very close to the first down there, but he might be just a fraction short there. That's about 10-yard pickup.
Close. I thought Trey Gray had really good coverage out there, another freshman playing for the Colts. But you can't throw it any better than that.
And it is going to be 4th and a yard. They mark him out at the 3-yard line. Yeah, but yeah, that's an excellent throw. Off the run and then do it right on the line. Probably Hannes' best throw of the night. He's 3 for 6 now, but this brings up a 4th down and a yard.
Here we go. Dead eye formation. Double tight splits. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's got it easy. He may have scored.
He scored.
Hannes does score from about 3 yards out. So C.J. Hannes gives the Shamrocks the 2-score lead. C.J. Hannes in his he started over 30 games in his career at quarterback with the touchdown, and that gives the Shamrocks a 13-0 lead over the Colts.
That's a very time-consuming drive. That covered 80 yards and started on the 20-yard line. A very nice drive.
Extra point up by Lau, and he drills it. So with 4:44 left here in the second quarter, we're going to keep it here. We're going to keep it here, 14-0 Barnesville. That was a pretty impressive drive, Jeff.
Well, at the end of the game, do we do a drive of the game there in your sheet there, as we do on some of our
Yes,
WB
we do. Yes, we do. And
you might file that one away right there.
We're going to write that down as a contestant.
Depending on how the game comes out later, we've had candidates for play of the game and drive of the game from the Barnesville standpoint. Meadowbrook now, if they can get to the end zone here before halftime, that could become a candidate.
I'd like to hit some of our sponsors too. Sonotone Hearing Aid Center, Belmont Savings Bank, the Corner Pharmacy, West 40 Auto Sales, Village Hardware and Rentals, Barnesville Dairy Queen, Rumor Loudon, Valentine Insurance, Barnesville Do It Best, Wayne Garage Door, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, West Virginia University Medicine, Barnesville Hospital, Stoney's RV, 209 Mass Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, Bruner Land, Doan Ford, Patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green, Southeast Med, and Abels Incorporated. So kickoff down to Nick Norman. Norman catches it to the left, runs to the right, he's got room. Norman with another good and impressive kickoff return, as he had a few last week at Maysville and South Zanesville.
That's a very good play right there. That got past midfield. Logan Taylor of Barnesville knocked him out of bounds there, because looked like Norman had nowhere to go, and all of a sudden he popped into the open down the sideline in front of his own bench and gets it out to the 47-yard line now in Barnesville territory. Nice return. 4.5 minutes, 4:36 here before halftime. Chance for the Colts to try to get on the board here.
And they need it desperately right now. So Colts come out,
14,
trips to the short side.
Yeah, 14-0 Barnesville.
Huey takes the handoff, hands off the bop, nothing doing, absolutely nothing going on inside there. Brought down by Tayson Starr. I tell you what, he's a player, offensively and defensively. Only a junior.
Robbie Nixon also there.
So Colts trying to play faster. Now the trips go to the far side. One receiver, Norman, to the right side. Huey claps. Doesn't like what he likes. Barnesville coaches behind us telling Tayson Starr, move over, get over there. And he heard him. Handoff to, and this is Bop again, and he's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, Luke Taylor had a hold of his jersey there and helped pull him down. Puts him out to about the 42-yard line.
So 3rd and a long 5. Colts trail the Shamrocks 14-0. Under 3:40 and ticking here from Byesville. I'm Mike Snively. Beside me tonight, Jeff Stevens.
5 of 8 throwing the ball there for Huey thus far, and you would think here on 3rd and 5, probably a good chance that this ball could be up in the air.
So same formation as last time. Trips to the right. This time they're going to motion Morrison over. Fakes the handoff. Hits Blankenship. Blankenship's going to have the first down. Stays on his feet. And he's going to pick up about 10. So a 10-yard completion for Justice Huey to Mason Blankenship. That'll keep the drive going.
That's a nice throw. That was right on the line on the slant there. And Blankenship's going to hobble off the field now. Looks like he may have turned an ankle.
They're going to bring in Landon Kuhn. And that's unfortunate there for Blankenship, because his name's been called a lot tonight.
Yeah, about 12-yard pickup on that nice throw.
Huey, oh, wow, and this thing could be a backwards pass. Let's see if they call this a backwards pass. Read extremely, guess who read that one? Luke Detling.
Detling, and I'll tell you what, Luke Detling, he saw the other end zone, because that's about as close as he'll come to getting a pick 6.
Well, I tell you what.
They did say incomplete.
And they did, an incomplete. It's not a backwards pass.
But well read there by Luke Detling as he jumped that, and he got a finger on it, and if he could hold that in, there would have been no stopping him.
That would have been trouble for the Colts.
He was going to go about 60 plus to the end zone.
2 great reads defensively tonight for Detling. This time a quick throw, trying to hit Norman on a quick slant, nothing doing there, so that'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the Barnesville 30-yard line.
As that slant to the opposite side, similar to what they did before for the first down, that one was not as well thrown. Could be because of a defender being there that changed the path, but incomplete pass. But the 30-yard line, 2 shots here to get the first down.
So the Colts have actually trips to the right because they have a tight end. Norman's at tight end, so that's kind of a key for me. Norman, one of their best receivers, playing at tight end. Let's see what happens on this play.
See if the defense picks that up.
And Bopp gets away, slithers around for about 4. That's going to make it 4th and 6, and we have an official's timeout. And I think we have an injured player, and that's going to be Bopp. Bopp now, this is the second Colts player to come off the field in the last 3 plays. He's hobbling.
And that's bad news for the Colt offense because, so far Bopp's carried the ball 14 times.
And that's going to bring in Dalen Rivera, the 5'10", 155-pound junior.
This is also a big player. This is 4th and 5.
Colts down 2 players on this drive, two skill players.
They kind of wonder about the Colts maybe calling a timeout here, but they're going to go to the line and run a play.
So 4th and 6. Morrison in motion. Snap. Got time, and this ball's going to be overthrown. It was intended on the wheel route for Cam Morrison. Huey overthrew him, and it was well defended by the Barnesville secondary.
Yeah, C.J. Hannes was there along with looks like Casey Carpenter, but it's incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs as Meadowbrook's turned away. So now with 2:24 left before halftime, Barnesville leading 14-0, has 2 timeouts remaining, and they'll start from their own 26-yard line.
Now, I always like to bring this up too. Barnesville will get the ball to start the second half. So
yes.
That's always a big key. So Barnesville to go down here and score late and then get the ball back, that's always a killer. And right up the middle goes, and that's Hannes. Wow.
Yeah, Hannes on a keeper.
About 30-yard gain.
24.
Maybe 25, 26.
Now about 30.
30-yard gain. So Hannes, untouched.
We've not seen a lot of running out of C.J. Hannes in the game this week like we did last week. That's only his 5th carry, but it's a 30-yard pickup. And
that's going to give, with 2:10, you think Barnesville's going to put their foot on the pedal and try to score here now.
Definitely now, especially after that big gain there by Hannes, and being in Meadowbrook territory. They're thinking end zone.
2 timeouts remain for the Shamrocks. Again, Hannes up the middle, has room again. Close to another Shamrock first down. Brought down by number 15, Noah Farley.
We're going to put him just short. That's a 9-yard pickup for Hannes.
And right now, Barnesville's not in a hurry. They're going to huddle up, take their time.
Yeah, they still have 2 timeouts.
And I think they want to milk this clock as long as they can, Jeff.
And also, you'd think there Meadowbrook defensively may kind of keying on Tayson Starr, who has over 100 yards, and Hannes has just run up inside the hole there.
Starr's not even in the game right now. Yeah. So here we go again. C.J. Hannes, he's going to run to the right this time, and it's going to be close to a first down, and I think he's going to be a hair short.
And Barnesville's going to call one of their timeouts.
Yeah, they're going to call it 3rd down.
Coach Allen steps out there, the official on that side.
Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout with them from Meadowbrook. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 14-0. We'll be right back.
No need to go out of town for your hardware or rental needs because of Village Hardware and Rental in downtown Barnesville. They have the tools and supplies for your seasonal projects. So stop by today at 265 South Chestnut and see those selection of case knives, Melissa & Doug toys, Valspar paints, and so much more. Village Hardware has an indoor lumber yard and rentals to help you tackle any project, big or small. Shop smart and shop local with Village Hardware and Rental. Go Rocks!
Welcome back to Eugene Capers Field here in scenic Byesville, Ohio, on the campus of Meadowbrook High School.
I just looking at during the time out there, the Barnesville huddled and on the far side, Tayson Starr standing there at the huddle, helmet in his hand. I think he's just getting a break, on this possession, because he's worked pretty hard, 111 yards rushing and,
right, been a horse.
And several tackles defensively. And it's nice at this size of high schools when you have enough depth that you can give kids a series off every once in a while then to give them a break.
So we've seen Alvarez carry the ball, Carpenter carry the ball, now Hannes is carrying the ball, but Tayson Starr, as you said, 111 yards in this first half.
Ball at the 37-yard line, Meadowbrook territory, is 3rd and a yard, and Hannes is going to go back into the shotgun.
Trips to the left, Hannes in the gun. Hannes hands to Alvarez. Alvarez has some room. Wow, he just run over someone, and he picks up a first down. He gained about 6 on that play, but what a bullheaded run there by Salvador Alvarez. Number 5, only a sophomore for this young Shamrock club.
6 foot 250, and he delivered a blow there to one of the Meadowbrook defenders.
Hannes lost control of the ball. He decides, I'm going to run it, and does get some positive yards, more than positive yards.
And he gets about 5 yards, I'd say.
Now there's under a minute, 57 and ticking here, 2nd and 5. Barnesville's kind of got to be in hurry-up mode here.
They weren't in a hurry before, but now they are. Just 1 timeout remaining for the Shamrocks here. Less than 50 seconds, 2nd down and 5.
Meadowbrook defense gets set late. Hannes rolls to his left. He's going to be brought down. And what a huge, huge sack there by Isaac Picari, the senior, 5'10", 200-pounder. That is a huge sack by Picari.
That's a 10-yard loss.
And I think Picari may have lost his helmet.
His helmet came off.
Yeah, again.
Now Barnesville calls a timeout. I know if Meadowbrook had called a timeout, then Picari could stay on the field.
That's true.
On that, but now because Barnesville called a timeout, I'm not sure if Picari can stay out there or if he has to come out on the play. But that's 10-yard loss. That takes it back to about 3rd and 15, back to the 35-yard line. And that is Barnesville spending their last timeout.
Huge, huge play, Jeff, because, Barnesville goes down and scores here, goes up 3 scores, and gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. You're talking, wow. I mean, that could be lights out for the Colts there, but that's a huge play. Could be a shift in momentum. Hannes, the last couple times, maybe a little trouble handling that shotgun snap. The play before that, he was trying to grip it.
It looked like the ball may have slipped out of his hands.
Yeah.
And he kind of, as he started to throw, and again, very warm night. I'm sure the players on the field are perspiring quite a bit.
Sweat, yep. And we did have a quick rain shower here prior to when I arrived, but as I was coming through the gates talking to some of the Meadowbrook faithful here taking tickets, they said they had a nice little 10-minute rainstorm, so the field could be a little bit.
Could have a little bit of dampness to it. So it's a big play right here for the Shamrocks now. Again, 3rd and 15, you don't need it at all, but yet if it's in the field of play, you're going to have to hurry up because the Shamrocks are out of timeouts.
37 seconds left in the half. Trips to the right. Single receiver to the left. Shotgun formation for C.J. Hannes. Hannes drops straight back. Has a little bit of time. Gets flushed. Makes a throw, and that thing's going to be intercepted. And that's intercepted by number 8. I believe that's Nick Norman.
Yes.
Nick Norman with the big interception to stop that drive. And that will bring the Meadowbrook offense on the field here with 30 and a half seconds left in the 2nd quarter, where they trail Barnesville 14-0 in the Bill Dowler Trophy game.
And I would think from this position, 30 seconds left here, I really don't think Meadowbrook's going to get anything too tricky. They might throw the ball. I'm not saying they won't, but
Barnesville no timeouts, Meadowbrook 2 timeouts, but I agree with you, Jeff. If I'm Barnesville, I could probably back up just a hair. But
and Bob is back on the field.
Bob's back on the field.
And Barnesville trying to get some people positioned. I think they have too many people on the field.
And so is Meadowbrook. Now Meadowbrook's got some late comers to the game.
And now Barnesville gets somebody else running back onto the field. So I'm not sure. Hopefully they both had 11 out there.
So anyway, Huey rolls to the right. He's got a little bit of time, but he's running out, and he just throws it away. Probably the smart move there. That play took 8 seconds, so we're down to 22 seconds left in the half. Going to be 2nd down. Now, if you're Meadowbrook, you don't want to.
Yeah, Luke Taylor was all over Huey there, and really, the young man had no choice. He had to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, smart move by Huey. Now, if you're Meadowbrook here, you don't want to have 2 more incompletions and have to punt from way deep in your territory here. So let's see what Coach Norman and the staff decides to do here.
And the Barnesville secondary has loosened up quite a bit. Line of scrimmage is about the 20-yard line. We have a couple of defenders for the Shamrocks back about the 35.
Trips split way out to the right. It's like they're just going to hand off to Bob. Bob's going to have a little bit of room. And that could essentially be the end of the first half. And let's see what Coach Norman decides to do.
Clock's running. I'd say that we're going to halftime.
I would agree with you. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So both teams are going to head to the locker room. So week 2 football here in Byesville. Barnesville 1-0. The Colts 0-1. Barnesville leads the Meadowbrook Colts 14-0. I'm Mike Snively with Jeff Stevens, and we're going to take a halftime break, and we'll be back with some analysis here and some statistics. But we will pay homage to our sponsors. We will be back after these messages.
Here's another comfort tip from Rumor Loudon Incorporated, with offices in Barnesville and St. Clairsville, in business since 1975.
We often get questions about how clogged air filters can adversely affect your heating and cooling system, so I'll try to explain what happens. Your ductwork is like the lungs of your home. The return air duct, sometimes called cold air, draws air into the furnace to be conditioned, for instance heated, humidified, or have the heat and humidity removed for cooling, and then the air is expelled through supply ducts. If a filter is not changed and becomes increasingly full of dirt and dust, it's like trying to breathe through a straw. The effort and process of breathing in and out becomes more difficult, labored, and inefficient. As well, parts within the furnace and air conditioner are stressed and can fail. If keeping up with maintenance is hard to remember to do, we can set up a maintenance agreement where we automatically check your system. We have several options available, so visit rumorloudon.com or call the Barnesville or St. Clairsville office.
At WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital, we're delivering the right care at the right place at the right time. Whether you're injured in the big game or backyard family fun, we're ready to get you back to performing your best on the field or off. Barnesville Hospital offers state-of-the-art diagnostic imaging services like X-rays, a new CAT scan that provides the greatest degree of resolution, clarity, and definition in our images, and our MRI that can help our team of physicians diagnose torn ligaments and other tissue injuries. WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital is proud to be your community hospital, delivering the right care at the right place at the right time.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744. Excellent hearing is an important part to a successful year, and Sonotone Hearing Aid Centers want to make certain you are hearing your best. Let us perform a no-obligation hearing evaluation on you. We have the latest modern Bluetooth-enabled hearing devices that allow you to stream music, sounds, and TV through your ears. This month, we are offering $350 off a set of ReSound custom rechargeable hearing aids that fit inside your ear. Call 1-888-300-0817 to schedule either in Barnesville or Bridgeport. Online at sonotonehearing.net.
Flag Floors of Barnesville has been delivering superior quality flooring solutions for over 30 years. They feature carpet, vinyl, wood, and ceramic flooring and cater to both residential and commercial customers. They also have custom cabinets, Kensington high-performance windows, and Liberty safes, including handgun vaults. Flag Floors even has a complete line of rental items to help you tackle those jobs and a wide range of cleaners and polishers. It's all at Flag Floors, 324 South Chestnut Street in Barnesville. Call 425-3344. Visit them online at flagfloors.com and like them on Facebook.
High school football
from AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
We're back here at Meadowbrook High School, enjoying the sounds of the Shamrock Marching Band, where the Shamrocks lead the Meadowbrook Colts 14-0 in the Bill Dowler Trophy game. I'm here, my name is Mike Snively, I'm here with Jeff Stevens. We are live on 93.5 WBNV. Also, if you'd like to watch the game on live stream, we are on YRPTV YouTube. So you just go to YouTube and type in YRPTV and you would see the first live thing there. Or you can go on the YRPTV Facebook page, catch the game live there. So, you know, Barnesville started off with a bang. Shut down Meadowbrook on their first drive after an interference call. Meadowbrook went 3 and out after the interference call. Punted the ball away to Meadowbrook, and the ball in the Tayson Starr on the first play, on offensive play of scrimmage for Barnesville, trotted 58 yards untouched to make it a 6-0 game. Extra point made it 7-0. And then in the second quarter, to wrap up the scoring, C.J. Hannes, quarterback sneak for a 4-yard touchdown run. Extra point made it 14-0, so that's where we stand. So my stat man, right-hand man, wing man, Jeff Stevens, over here working his tail off during that 3-minute break to come up with some stats. What are we looking at, Jeff?
Well, the big problem is I wrote things down very quickly here. Was coming back on. Can I read my own writing?
Well, I think I can help you out.
But Barnesville, really, 2 touchdowns, as you said on the recap, good for 14 points. 207 total yards for the Shamrocks in the first half. They had 181 yards rushing. Tayson Starr led the way with 7 carries, good for 111 yards, includes that 58-yard touchdown run. C.J. Hannes, 9 carries for a net of 46. He did have a sack there that hurt his total on that. Passing, Barnesville has just put it in the air 7 times. Hannes is 3 of 7, has been intercepted once, 26 yards of passing offense for the Shamrocks. Costello, 1 catch for 13. Detling, 1 catch for 10. Starr, 1 catch for 3. So 207 yards total offense for the Shamrocks, 9 first downs. They ran 29 plays from scrimmage, had 2 penalties for 25 yards. On the Meadowbrook side, they really dominated the time of possession there, but not the yardage. Just 58 yards rushing for the Colts in the first half. Bopp carried it 15 times for 39 yards. Was the Colts' leading rusher. Meadowbrook adds 40 yards passing. Justice Huey is 6 of 13 for that 40 yards. 2 catches for Norman for 16 yards. Morrison had a catch for -7. Lowry, 1 catch for 11, and Blankenship 2 catches for 20. But Meadowbrook ran 35 plays in the first half, so they ran more plays than Barnesville. 7 first downs, Colts with 2 penalties for 10 yards. So I guess basically that's, it's not how many plays you run, it's what you do with the plays.
Absolutely.
And obviously that first Barnesville play of the game, the 58-yard run by Tayson Starr, got the ball rolling. And Barnesville's defense, you hold an opponent to 100 yards and a half, is pretty good.
Right.
But I think the Colt defense also, because Barnesville's moved the ball down the field a couple times, got an interception and stopped them on downs once, had a big sack. So the Colt defense has really played pretty well after that first possession.
After the first possession, you're exactly right. And another thing I'm doing the quick math in my head. It's looking like Barnesville's getting about 6 to 7 yards per play, where Meadowbrook's getting about 3 yards per play.
And obviously the 58-yard run
58-yard run.
Average.
And then C.J. Hannes ripped off a 30-yard run too. But
exactly, yes.
Barnesville rushing for 181, Meadowbrook only 58. So stat sheet's not really lying. It's kind of true to the form right now. But playing for the Bill Dowler Trophy here tonight, Barnesville so far showing a little bit of. I've noticed Meadowbrook's had trouble running the ball inside. But I tell you, another guy who's really been really good defensively for Barnesville has been the free safety, Luke Detling. Detling making 2 plays that I remember. One was on the 4th and 5 from the red zone for Meadowbrook, and Detling snuffed out a screen. Had he not snuffed it out, there was nothing but green turf ahead for the Colts, and he may have saved a touchdown there. And he almost took a pick 6 on a quick bubble screen to the house. So he's reading the defense as well. Tayson Starr has been all over the field, defensively and offensively for Barnesville. Salvador Alvarez. And how big is Salvador? He's a big boy,
6 foot 250.
6 foot 250 sophomore. Been everywhere. Colts, had a little bit of stumbled around a little bit. At one point, lost Mason Blankenship, looked like to an ankle injury. And it also looked like Sam Bopp had to come out. He was hobbling off, but he did go back in. Colts playing 3 freshmen at points during the game. Coach Steve Norman's decided to go young and, make some adjustments, and that's exactly what he's done. So we're halftime here. Meadowbrook Colts band marching onto the field under the direction of Ricky Harvey. Well, we are being produced tonight by Brett Klein, and our cameraman is Andrew Dunlap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to send you to the ONN halftime report. I'm Mike Snively with Jeff Stevens here. We should be back here in about 8 minutes, so relax, listen to our ONN halftime report, and we will be back after that.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime reports here on the Ohio News Network. Weather affected many games last weekend, and a large number of Saturday games were postponed. What are the options for making those up? We'll discuss with Tim Streed of the OHSAA next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. OEA members teach in Ohio's public schools and universities. We drive your kids' buses and serve them lunch. We're school nurses, custodians, librarians, and more. And we coach your kids on the field. We believe in great public schools for every student, and we believe our team is always stronger when we stand together, just as we have for 175 years.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game broadcast. We're joined for a few minutes this evening by Tim Streed, Director of Media Relations for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And Tim, week one in the books. Last week, the Thursday and Friday games went off fine, but weather came into play for many of the Saturday games around the state. I guess take people through and remind us of the weather protocols, with the obvious primary concern being for everyone's safety.
Sure, yeah. Hey, great to be with you again, Skip. Thanks for having me on. And you're right, we had a beautiful couple of days there last week, Thursday and Friday, for the opening of week one. But there's always a handful of games on Saturday. And Ohio saw that line of storms come through on Saturday. Some games got in, some games did not. Safety is always number one priority. And if you're ever at an outdoor event for OHSA sports and any sport, if you see lightning strike or you hear thunder, that's an automatic 30-minute delay where the field and bleachers need to be cleared. And then that clock just resets every time you have another lightning strike or you hear thunder. So a lot of games, that clock kept getting reset, and then they just couldn't get the game in. So that's the first priority. Now, sometimes those games are just made up the next day. That could happen. If both teams have a bye week later in the year, which is a little odd in high school sports, they could make it up later. Or they could play two games in a week. It doesn't happen very often, but a lot of times early in the season, if there's a weather situation that shuts down a game, a lot of times they just treat that as a bye week and no contest.
Well, Tim, as we record this midweek, we know the largest school district in the state, Columbus City Schools, was still dealing with a strike. And while it appears a resolution is promising, all extracurriculars were paused that affected games this weekend. I guess, what are the options for games that have or will be missed?
Well, you're right. We're following that situation. That's a tough situation. And, of course, we all hope for the best and quickest resolution possible for Columbus City Schools, and obviously we want to get those kids back on the field and on the court participating. But you're right, they are not going to play during the strike. And once the strike is lifted, this Columbus City Schools can have the option of making up those games later in the season, similar to weather. But, if they have a game that they want to try to get in later in the year, I've seen it happen before where a school may play a game on a Monday or a Tuesday night and then play again on Friday. Not real common, but they could do it. And I'll tell you, they may need to do that if the strike lasts for a long time, because we do have a regulation that says that schools have to play 8 games to potentially qualify for the playoffs. And so I think some of those schools may end up doing that.
You know, as we primarily talk football, this affects all sports.
Right, all sports, yeah. You know, and some school districts, when there is a strike, they still have their extracurricular activities going on. But in this case, Columbus City Schools has decided to pause all extracurricular activities. So that's, in fact, the article I read today was regarding soccer, that a lot of schools now are looking for new opponents to fill soccer games that Columbus City Schools were going to participate. So tough situation. We see it here in Central Ohio with the picket lines. It's always a tough situation when that happens. Hopefully they have a quick resolution.
Well, Tim Streed, last thing for you. For folks around the state who are looking for, statewide football coverage, something was resurrected this week. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, I want to tip my cap to the Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association. Some folks may remember for decades in their local newspaper seeing a statewide football notebook with highlights and superlatives from around the state. That has been dormant for a few years, but this year the Ohio Pro Sports Writers Association has picked that up. That content gets compiled over the weekend, and then on Tuesdays around noon, that gets sent out. You'll see it on OHSAA website and our social media, but just a collection of notes and highlights and superlatives from around the state, and always interesting to look through there and see what's happening all around the state. Good content.
Tim Streed, Director of Media Relations with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. We appreciate you jumping on at halftime with us tonight, okay?
Sounds good, Skip. Thanks for having me on.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Kylie Snyder from Miami Trace High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I don't know, something about it. When I'm out there, it's like a rush to me, and it's a lot of fun.
Kylie loves sports, and her teammates and coach as well.
He's always helped me get better and push myself. My teammates, they're really encouraging too, and that's what I like about the atmosphere. It's always supportive.
In addition to softball, Kylie is also in marching band, fall play, and very active in FFA.
I just try to get involved as much as I can with it. I'd like to do like agribusiness for college and stuff like that.
Her future is no doubt in farming, just like her present and past. Yeah, she's been on the farm her whole life.
I couldn't imagine not doing anything with it. Like, I love it. I love my animals.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
Our thanks once again to Tim Streed with the Ohio High School Athletic Association for joining us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your game broadcast. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Bex Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
Welcome back here to Byesville on the campus of Meadowbrook High School. Eugene Capers Field. I think you might know, Jeff, who Eugene Capers' son was.
Yes, he's well known. And I was thinking, after agreed to do this, I'm not too sure if, as far as radio broadcasting, this might only be about the second time I've done a game from this location. I did a playoff game here back several years ago, long before the turf was down between Monroe Central and Crooksville.
The ceramics.
On that. I think maybe then, and what I remember about that night, of course, it was about the 1st of November on the playoffs, that as soon as the game was over, it's like instantly, it was so cold, the field turned white.
It was cold that night. I remember that
frost.
game. I remember that night. That was the run that Monroe Central went on and made it all the way to the state semifinals.
State semifinals that year, yeah.
I do remember that.
It just, it seemed so odd during the game. You knew it was cold, but then as soon as the game was over, the field, just like as soon as the players left the field, it turned white instantly.
Right.
Not to mention my windshield, like they're ready to go home.
It was a cool night that night. Well, anyway, we're back here at Meadowbrook High School playing for the Bill Dowler Trophy tonight here. Barnesville leads the Meadowbrook Colts 14-0. And Barnesville will get the opening kickoff after halftime, and then the 3 minutes, which is now traditional, where they give the teams 3 more minutes to warm up on the field. I'd like to go over our sponsors, and without our great sponsors, you would not be able to hear us or watch this game. So we have Sonotone Hearing Aid Center, Belmont Savings Bank, the Corner Pharmacy, West 40 Auto Sales, Village Hardware and Rentals, Barnesville Dairy Queen, Rumor Loudon, Valentine Insurance, Barnesville Do It Best, Wayne Garage Door Sales, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, WVU Medicine, Barnesville Hospital, Stoney's RV, 209 Mass Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, Bruner Land Company, Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, and Abel's Incorporated. And I'll tell you what, Jeff, it seems like we have so many good sponsors in our area, in our broadcast area, and we got to thank, a big thank you to them, because without them, none of this is possible. And our AVC, we broadcast up to 5, 6, sometimes 6 games a weekend, and it's really great for the high school kids.
Well, and I say it almost every week, when I'm on and read through the sponsors, as you just did, if you enjoy listening to the games, stop into these people, and if possible, take them some business.
Right.
Say thank you for sponsoring the games.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people enjoy listening to the games that cannot make it to games. And might also mention, now for our Barnesville listeners, the Shamrocks will make their home debut next Friday night at home against Buckeye Trail, and we'll be, on WBNV with that game also.
Right.
So, Shamrock's schedule is a little bit odd this year. 4 of the first 5 weeks, they're on the road, and then they'll be home, obviously, for 4 of the last 5 weeks.
Speaking of, let's see how well we know the schedules. We're going to keep it here the whole time. We're going to talk a little bit about these 2 schedules. But Meadowbrook is in Division 4, Region 15, and that's kind of the middle of the road in terms of high school football. In terms of size, you have Divisions 1 through 7, 4 being right smack dab in the middle. So Meadowbrook, they lost last week to Maysville. They're going to big game next week. I forgot, the Bobcats. And Meadowbrook's had quite the upper hand over Cambridge the last several years in the athletic department, and the tide's turned a little bit in the recent years. So that should be Cambridge winning, as we heard earlier, as Jeff was telling me earlier. So Cambridge probably coming to that game 2-0, and that game is at Cambridge. Then Meadowbrook will go to Crooksville, be home against Crooksville. Go up to Warsaw, not Poland, but Warsaw in Coshocton County to play the Riverview Bears. Another rival for John Glenn. They'll play John Glenn here. They'll play Coshocton here. New Lexington, Morgan, and then West End. As you know, Meadowbrook left for the MVL several years ago. They're in the MVL small school division. Now Barnesville, and they are in Division 5, so they're just slightly smaller.
Yeah, bumped up this year.
They usually bump between 5 and 6.
And that would make them probably one of the smaller schools
in Division 5,
that region.
Yes.
But, and basically with the expanded playoffs, for the most part, if you can go 5-5, you're probably going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, with 16 teams
top 16 make it.
Sometimes, I think I read something last year. 2 teams were going to fit. It was a Division 1 region up in Cleveland.
They were both winless.
They were winless, and somebody won at the. How would they have figured that out? If you're both 0-10, somebody's got to finish ahead of the other. But anyhow, looking at Barnesville's schedule, big win over Buckeye Local, as we mentioned earlier. Here at Meadowbrook tonight, kind of a rival game next week at home against the Buckeye Trail Warriors. Shady Side, they're going to play the Tigers. Tigers getting beat again, handled tonight by Shenandoah 22-0. Then they're going to play a good River team at River, and that could be a really good game. River and Barnesville that night. And Worthington Christian, they're going to play at home. Toronto, they're going to play at home. Monroe Central on the road. Shenandoah, surprisingly out of the gate, possibly starting off 2-0, and the Union Local Jets, the big rival there at the end of the season. And
Union Local expecting to be very solid this year.
That should be a really good game. That's going to be on October 21st.
I have that game at Barnesville at River and stuff, so maybe I'll get the privilege of seeing another Snively that night.
You never know. And that's for the Milk Bucket, Barnesville and
Union Local.
Barnesville and Union Local. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to know this better than I am. Is Barnesville in the newly formed MOVL League, Mid-Ohio Valley League?
Yes.
Okay, and that league consists of Shady Side, Frontier River, Monroe Central. I think Caldwell just joined.
Caldwell and Shenandoah are in that.
Yeah.
Buckeye Local was in it. Bridgeport, they do some things with larger schools, small schools.
Right.
It's with a couple of additions, it's almost become a reworked PVC.
Yeah, it has.
Minus Fort Fry.
Well, the problem with PVC was Fort Fry got really, really good in the last 10 years. Yeah. I mean, really good.
And Fort Fry at Belair tomorrow afternoon. That will be an interesting game.
That should be an interesting game, but Fort Fry seems to be hitting on all cylinders. They run that wing tee just about as good as you can run it.
A mutual friend of ours told me that he saw Fort Fry at John Glenn last week. He says Fort Fry's for real.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that.
I do trust his knowledge of football.
And John Glenn's, not bad. Now they had some trouble there. They lost Colt Emerson, who was the MVL Player of the Year last year, due to baseball. I mean, he's just that good in baseball. He's going to get drafted. So he was going to play on the USA baseball team. He couldn't have joined the team until like mid-September. And then they lost their best linebacker, one of the better, maybe the best linebacker in the MVL, Bronson Bendel. Father being Mitch Bendel, who was a former coach here at Meadowbrook High School and now the defensive coordinator for the Little Muskies.
Yeah, one captain each team out just to remind people that Barnesville will get the kickoff and will return, so Shamrocks on offense first time.
Okay, so we also want to apologize. Ethan Ebenlow, I've been calling him Evan Loft, but the pronunciation of the kicker for Barnesville, number 21, Evan Lowe, who's the sophomore place kicker, a 6'2", 165-pound once again, sophomore. That's all you see, sophomores on this.
About Barnesville, pretty much close to half of their roster are sophomores, and several of them playing a lot and playing pretty well for the first game and a half of the season.
You got to think, if you find a quarterback, to be the field general for these guys, they've got a bright future. But the third quarter tonight, brought to you, our sponsor is the Barnesville Hospital.
Yeah, Luke Detling, Duker Costello, and Tayson Starr deep about their own 10-yard line.
And if you're Meadowbrook, do you consider onside kicking here?
Hey, I'd say anything's in play.
Garrett Milam to kick off, number 99 for the Colts. He's a junior. Tees her up, left footer, kicks her. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Detling. Detling's going to go up the middle, and he's going to fight up to about the 36-yard line. Nice return there by Luke Detling. So that's going to bring the offense on for the Barnesville Shamrocks. Shamrocks lead 14-0 here to start the third quarter here at Meadowbrook.
A decent return there by Barnesville. Anytime you got to the 35-yard line,
you take it.
Yeah, I think if you're the kick coverage team, you'd like to stop the team and probably keep them inside the 30.
Right, especially in high school, yeah.
On that, but 35-yard line, and we saw Barnesville go 80 yards in a possession, for their second touchdown. So, starting out their own 35.
Every once in a while, Jeff, you get that kicker just drills it through the end zone. You don't have to worry about it.
And that doesn't happen in high school a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. So, Hannes hands off, and I believe that's Starr starting in the second half there. Tayson Starr, he's going to get 2. Bottled up there by Cooper McManaway, the freshman, really having a coming out party tonight, number 12. One of several freshmen that I've called tonight on that Meadowbrook roster.
And we saw Tayson Starr getting a little bit of a break here late in the first half. Comes back at his 8th carry of the night. And, of course, he's been in lots of plays defensively.
Hannes under center, I formation, twins to the right. Quick pass out. Duker Costello, and he's going to be taken down quickly. And I think that was that number 5, Evan Dyer. Evan Dyer, the senior, come up big, made a big play.
Super job there, and that ball almost looked like that might have been a backward.
A lot of those tonight.
And that, but so regardless, it was caught, but it will go for a loss. We'll call it a pass, the 4th completion of the night, but it is a loss of a yard. So 3rd down and 9. So, Meadowbrook's defense, if you can hold it to a 3 and out and force a punt here on that first possession, that kind of changed the momentum a little bit.
Yes, it has. I formation. Hannes drops straight back, throws the deep out ball, and guess what? It's there again.
Oh, nice throw. That's a long throw. Luke Detling makes the catch.
Detling needed 10. He got about 12 or 13. And Hannes threw that football before Detling was even out of his break on his route. So they've been working on that for a while.
And that was a very good throw because back from the middle of the field, maybe even closer to the right hash and across to the left. That's a long throw.
That's a long
only
throw.
14 yards downfield, but right on the money. And as you say, Detling was not out of his break yet, and it was right on the money. First down for Barnesville.
When Hannes gets his time to throw and flips his hips, he can sling it. Hand off to Starr. Starr's got plenty of room. And he is going to
He's
go.
gone.
It's going to be close. 51 yards. 51-yard touchdown for Tayson Starr, his second long touchdown run of the night. A 51-yard touchdown run. So that's going to give the Barnesville Shamrocks a 3-score lead, 20-0 pending the extra point here. And that's going to bring on Evan Lowe to kick the extra point.
And we talked about what could have been a very big defensive stand for the Colts, and boom, just like that, 51 yards, the second 50-plus yard run by Starr for a touchdown.
So Lowe's kick is up, and it is good.
He's a good young kicker.
Nice kicker. So with 10:22 left here in the third quarter, Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 21-0. We will be right back.
Ad paid for by the Centennial Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-865-1168. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-865-1168. That's 800-865-1168. Again, 800-865-1168.
Back here at Meadowbrook High School, I'm Mike Snively. Beside me, Jeff Stevens. Evan Lowe to kick off for the Shamrocks, who lead 21-0 here with 10:22 left in the third quarter. Tees are up. Kicks the tee a long way. The key is still rolling.
And a little hesitation there.
Well, I'm more important. The tee has broken. So that might be the longest I've ever seen a tee kicked. He kicked the tee and the ball. The tee is it's a black and white apparatus. It ended up on the 30-yard line.
That's
the opposite 30. And then there's a white piece out here by the 40. He kicked the tee, and I've never seen that in my life, Jeff. So I watched that tee flying around.
Obviously, he did not hit the ball good. He went to about the 30-yard line, and very unusual to see the tee go farther than the ball.
Unless that's my golf game. I mean, I've hit the tee farther than the ball a few times, but that was a first. So I apologize for the listeners out there because I was watching the tee fly down the field.
But the return, no return to speak of there. And Meadowbrook's going to start from their own 30-yard line, down 21-0.
Third quarter sponsored by the Barnesville Hospital. Colts going to send trips to the right side. Huey in the shotgun, Bop to his left, sidecar to his left. Looks like Blankenship out there to the far left.
That's good to see Blankenship back out there after he looked at
and Bop,
an ankle earlier. Yes, good to see those guys both back on the field.
Huey takes the snap, hands to Bop. Bop tries to get to the outside. He does for a little bit, and we're going to have a flag in the area of holding.
Yeah, Starr and Alvarez, the inside linebackers, making the tackle there, but like you say, holding call, and that you called that one right. When you see a flag, go in that position, you got a pretty good idea that it is holding.
Especially when it's a run to the outside and everybody's trying to reach block.
By my count, that's only the third Meadowbrook penalty of the night. Now the point of was also in the backfield, so that's 10 yards from the spot, which is a rule I wish high school would change. So that takes the ball back to they're going to put it at the
about 23 yards.
So maybe the hold it is back about the 16, so it's what amounts to about a 14-yard loss.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up first and 24.
It is first down again.
First down, same formation for the Colts. Clock running below 10 minutes now here in the third quarter. Starting to get a light breeze here. Clouds are darkening up. Let's hope we don't get any rain here because we are on the outside patio. Huey he's in trouble. Gets away, nice elusiveness. He's got to throw it up for grabs here, and that's a heck of a play there by Justice Huey, just not to take a huge loss there.
That could easily have been a loss. You talk about the weather and stuff here. Two thoughts from our location outside. Not complaints, but thoughts. One, we don't have a whole lot of light here. We're shadowed by the press box here,
right?
So it's a little dark, and the dampness and the dew in the air. Right. My papers are starting to get damp.
Yeah, they are getting a little bit damp, Jeff.
But hey, it is more comfortable sitting out here than I think it would be inside the press box.
Inside the press box, a little humid.
It was a little warm in there, but regardless, we're here.
We are here. Huey takes the snap, hands off to Bop. Bop tries out between that 3-hole there, and he's going to be brought down. He's going to pick up 2 or 3 there, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and a long way.
The usual suspects in the middle there for the inside linebackers, along with Nixon also in on the play there.
Yeah, Barnesville's been really, really good tonight defensively.
Robbie Nixon's not very big, but he's very quick and does a very good job from that defensive tackle spot.
3rd down, going to be quick throw out here to Lowry. Lowry's going to double pass screen it over here to Morrison. Or I'm sorry, yeah, Morrison gets the ball, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. So Huey gets the ball, throws it over to the right to Braylon Lowry. Lowry chucks it clear to the other side of the field and hits Cam Morrison on like a screen pass set up. I mean, it was really set up really good.
That's about a 25-yard pickup, 26 yards.
Yeah, needed 22. They got 26. So Colts down 21-0, get a little bit of momentum here.
That's probably about the best offensive play we've seen out of the Colts tonight.
Now they fake it to Lowry.
Good
and
coverage.
Morrison's going to pick up another 1st down, hits him on a stop route on the hash. So Morrison picks up 11. 1st down, Colts, they move into Shamrock territory. A little life here from the Meadowbrook crowd.
Had back-to-back plays for 1st downs. You know, the Colts faithful haven't had a lot to cheer about.
Getting her out there and slinging it. Hand off to Bop. Bop's got some room. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6.
I'll tell you what, he just about lost that football.
He did. It was almost stripped from him. But
Camden Carpenter made the play there, and the tackle, he just about stripped the ball. But you know, nice gain, 6 yards, good 6.
2nd and 4, Colts at the Shamrock 38-yard line, driving. 2 1st downs this series. Handoff again to Bop. Nobody home, and that looked like 55 for Barnesville was one of the first guys there. He got there real quick, and I don't have a 55 on the roster.
That's 57.
Oh, is that 57?
Nixon.
Okay, that's Robbie Nixon.
That's going to lose a yard.
We've called Robbie's number, not the senior. So 3rd, definitely 4-down territory here for the Colts, down 21-0.
But you'd like to get some positive yardage here from the 39-yard line. You know, it is 3rd and about
a little under 5. Yeah, just a hair under 5 maybe.
You know, still no need for Meadowbrook to get into a big panic and hurry
Not yet,
here.
No.
But yet they need some touchdown
they need
here
points
in the
here,
next possession or 2.
Morrison motions to the left. Huey gets the ball, pump fakes, he's in trouble. He's going to be brought down for a sack. He's going to lose a couple there. And was that Nixon again? No, that was 55.
55.
And we don't have a 55 on the roster.
We do not.
We would be guessing, but we don't have a 55 on the roster.
Loss of a couple on the play.
So it's going to bring out 4th and about 7 for the Colts.
I'm not sure as I look there, defensive end. I'll look here and see if somebody maybe just changed jerseys. That could be.
Huey rolls left, throws to the, and it was intended for Blankenship.
We have stopped. Do we have a flag?
Well, I think we're going to have maybe an injury timeout. The 2 Barnesville players collided going for the ball. They covered it very well. Tayson Starr's one
of them. It's on a knee, and also Duker Costello, I believe, a little slow getting up.
They both broke on the ball well, but they collided with each other. So it's one of these deals where, you know, you hit heads like that and you don't know it's coming. Somebody might get their bell rung. Looks like Starr's going to stay in, and I can't see if Duker is going to be okay or not. Duker Costello.
They may have to go out for a play.
The Colts turn the ball over on downs to the Shamrocks. So Barnesville will have the ball at their own 41-yard line. They lead 21-0 with 6:49 here in quarter number 3. Hannes, the veteran, the crafty veteran, runs onto the field, brings in the play of the huddle. Shamrocks line up in the I formation.
Mike, I'm going to tell you 55 is Marshall Mead. He's changed jerseys.
Marshall Mead. Okay, so we're going to go Marshall Mead. Number 55, is he the center probably here?
Yes.
And here goes, is that Tayson
That's
Starr again?
Tayson Starr.
Tayson Starr again. He picks up a pretty easy 8 yards on that play. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 2, almost at midfield here.
By my unofficial count, that puts Tayson Starr now at 172 yards.
He's got a chance
rushing.
to hit that 200-yard mark tonight.
Quite a few more carries for Tayson here today than what there was last week when Hannes was the main offensive runner. And, you know, they've carried about the same amount of times, but Starr's had the 2 long ones.
Hannes goes up top, and that's a heck of a catch right there. And
That's
that was
Costello.
that was Decker Costello. Nice throw, just a lob pass up there to Costello. And he's going to pick up about 23, 24 yards on that. I mean, he couldn't have put it any better right there. But that was great coverage by Lowry from the Colts. Just good defense, better offense.
Well, we've seen C.J. Hannes make a couple very good long throws here in this game.
And that may not have been Lowry. That may have been Trey Gray. I think it was against Trey Gray. Still another freshman. Hands on, and I think that is, I can't, numbers are getting tough to read now. I don't know if that's Starr or Carpenter. We're going to go with number 1, Tayson Starr, and he may have a cramp here. Or he's going to limp off. He might have a cramp. He's short-stepping it off the field. That will bring Camden Carpenter in to replace him. But a pickup nonetheless of about 8.
And it is a very humid night. And I tell you what, you know, when you can sit as we are in shorts and shirt sleeves, it's way too hot on kids playing.
Exactly. Hand off to Carpenter. Carpenter's got a big hole. He's going to bull rush his way down into about inside the 5.
He thinks he wasn't even down, went on to the end zone. They mark him down.
And they called it a touchdown.
He was not down.
He was not down. So that's a 17-yard touchdown run.
There was a whistle blown. Could we have an inadvertent whistle situation? The officials are going to talk, so let's not write that down yet for a 17-yard run by Carpenter.
Okay, let's see. And there's something on the field here.
I think that's a towel. And the officials now who talked are now going back to the white hat. And what's he saying?
Nope, not a touchdown.
Not a
First
touchdown.
down. Good eyes there, Jeff.
Put at the 4-yard line, which makes it about a 13-yard run.
Yes.
There for Camden Carpenter.
Yeah.
And his 3rd carry of the night.
Not a bad backup option for Starr.
And it's just another one of these talented sophomores, the Shamrocks. So 1st down and goal from the 4, but it's not a touchdown. But the way Starr bounced off of that, and again, we couldn't see. It's almost like one of those deals where he went down and landed on
a player.
And kept going. And the official blew his whistle thinking he was down. He either was down or the official thought he was
whistle
down.
Possibly. Dead-eye formation. Hand off to, and it's going to be hard to see who that is. I think it was probably Carpenter, but we will see. Carpenter or Starr.
Carpenter.
It is Carpenter, number 3.
He's down he's down pretty close to the 1-yard line.
He might be inside the 1. So that's going to bring up 2nd down from inside the 1. Shamrocks in full control right now.
4 carries, 25 yards for the sophomore off the bench. And you said, how great is it to have another ball carrier that can give your top tailback a break?
And he's a sophomore, so.
And Starr is back on the field after the cramp.
Power eye formation. Hand off to big Alvarez, Salvador Alvarez. He's going to punch it in from inside the 1. So that's going to give the Shamrocks a 4-score lead pending the extra point. Alvarez not carried it a lot tonight, but gets that little fullback wedge. And
250 pounds, him getting the ball at the 1-yard line. Meadowbrook's defense really did not stand a chance.
No, you just got to kind of get the ball and fall down if you're Salvador Alvarez there. So Lowe is in to kick the extra point. The right footer is 3 for 3 on extra points tonight.
And Barnesville does not have enough players on the field. They still have plenty of time on the play clock.
Yeah, just under 20 seconds left on the play clock.
They get an important wing back in there as a blocker.
Kick is up by Lowe. Kick the tee again.
But what a leg.
And he nailed it. And he put that one almost in lane 1 of the track. So with 4:07 left here in the 3rd quarter, Barnesville leads Meadowbrook in the Bill Dowler Trophy game, 28-0. We will be back after this.
Galaxy Pizza of Byesville and Cambridge features fresh-made dough and fresh-cut veggies on their products every day. Pizza and wings make the perfect combination for your game. Galaxy Pizza is happy to help with the sports preview and want to wish all teams good luck in the upcoming season. Enjoy the evening and enjoy their pizza. Galaxy Pizza, we're out of this world. Give them a call in Byesville or in Cambridge to place your order at 685-0744 or 439-0744.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first stop. Mass Tires is now under new management and still committed to continuing high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in at 519 Main Street in Pleasant City to see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., or call 740-685-1199. Mass Tires, the best place to retire.
Back to Byesville. I'm Mike Snively. Beside me, Jeff Stevens. Evan Lowe to kick off for the Shamrocks, who lead 28-0 over Meadowbrook.
Let's see what goes farther, the ball or the tee this time after the last Evan Lowe kick.
They may have had to borrow a tee from Meadowbrook, but Lowe lets her go not as far that time.
Oh, this one's
nice
a
high
nice
kick,
down
though.
to the 15-yard line.
And that is fielded by the Colts number 14. That is Dalen Rivera, the junior, 5'10", 155-pound junior. He gets it out to about the 28, 27-yard line there for the Colts. Colts looking to get some type of offensive action going here.
There's been a couple of possessions, Mike, where they've moved the ball decently, but then have had a loss or a big defensive play or something, that has slowed them down. Last possession they had back-to-back really nice plays, but then all of a sudden, then after that, couldn't do anything.
So the third quarter sponsor tonight is the Barnesville Hospital. Colts line it up at their own 28-yard line. 5 receivers. Huey in trouble. Huey rolls to his right. He's going to throw it downfield, nobody home, just getting rid of the ball. That'll bring up 2nd 10. We do have a flag,
There was a flag in the middle of the field.
And another hold on Meadowbrook's offensive line. And so that's going to bring them back 10 more yards. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 20 because Barnesville's going to accept the penalty.
You would think so with the fact that the penalty occurred 5 yards in the backfield. That would take it back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you're right. So this is going to be deeper than 2nd and 20 or 1st and 20.
So it's going to be more like 1st and 25.
Let's see where they place it here. It has cooled off a little bit here. Nice crowd here for the Dowler Trophy game. So let's say
back to 15-yard line.
Very similar to the last possession, Jeff, where the same exact thing happened where they got the hold, and you're going to have probably 1st and 23.
Yeah, they need out to the 38-yard line for a first down. So this puts the offense in a difficult situation. Long yardage plus being down 28-0.
Yeah. So Huey's in the shotgun. Bob to his left. Snap to Huey. And he's got Norman. Norman's got a step and just overthrown. And now it looks like Norman might be coming up hobbling with a possible hamstring / calf. But Nick Norman had a step on the defender.
Brady McIntyre, first time we've called him tonight, was a defender there. And Norman did have a step on him, but the ball was just a little overthrown.
And that was a really good ball thrown by Huey, just a little too far over the outreached hands of Norman.
And in Huey's defense, there's been times tonight he has not gotten a lot of time to throw.
Right. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left, sidecar to the left. Pass out to Lowry, and he's going to lose it, and the ball's on the ground. It's a fumble, and I think Barnesville has recovered. So it was going to be a quick screen pass to Braylon Lowry. Lowry catches the ball.
Luke Taylor on the recovery. We've got an extra whistle there. A loss of about 10 yards on the play.
And we might have an injured player. I think we have a cramp. So that's going to give Barnesville. It's a cramp, definitely a cramp.
But it was a completed pass and a fumble, and Luke Taylor is on the ball for Barnesville. So now the Shamrocks already leading 28-0 is going to put the ball in play at the 5-yard line. And that can pretty well put this game away.
Yeah, now we're looking at a running clock situation.
Trigger the running clock.
Now, I will say this, Jeff. Coming into this game, sometimes I look at situations when I go into a game, I'm like, what, you can't predict the score doing what we do, but I'm thinking tonight of all nights, I thought this thing's going to go down to the wire. So this right now, I'm surprised at what's going on the field right now with the score.
There's so many things that after 1 week that you don't know.
You're exactly right.
Barnesville winning 32-8. Well, how good
was Buckeye Local? Right.
Well, Meadowbrook losing 35-7. Okay, how good is Maysville?
Right.
So and even now, is Barnesville maybe a little better than what some people give them credit for? Some of their young kids playing well. Maybe a little bit bigger test next week against Buckeye Trail, but. You go out and you take care of the football and you block people and tackle people, you give yourself a chance.
Good things happen. One thing I'm impressed with, Jeff, is they get to the football defensively.
They've got a lot of quickness at some spots. We mentioned one down tackle there. One of them's 300 pounds, but the other one's about 170, and he's very quick. Their inside linebackers are also very good to the ball and some other things. And I say they've not given Meadowbrook's quarterback Huey a lot of time tonight to throw. They've tried to, by my count, Huey is 8 of 18 throwing the ball.
Nick Norman, the injured Colt there with the cramp, and I think Nick was kind of cramping the play before that, so he's okay, walks off the field. Power I formation, pitch out to Carpenter. Carpenter gets it down on the sweep to about the 2 or the 1 yard line. We are at under 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 28-0.
This is a chance also with a 28-0 lead for Barnesville, that some of the backups can get in and get some carries, and this will pay off later, and you almost get into a platoon situation with giving kids breaks now, because Carpenter's, carried the ball. I've got him carrying the ball 5 times now. Offensively.
Hannes takes the handoff.
And he gets it again.
Gets it to Carpenter. Carpenter this time down to the 1. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1.
Talon Cannon had a hold of him there and brought him down.
Talon has a ton of potential, talking to the Meadowbrook coaches. They like the young sophomore.
Just more young kids.
Everybody's young. This is a very
tonight.
young game. Very young. Both teams very young. So same formation, Hannes under center.
Little triple stack in the eye.
And he's going to hand it this time again to Carpenter. Carpenter looks like he's going to push himself. He got it. So that's a 1 yard touchdown run by Camden Carpenter. And that's going to initiate the running clock situation. And that's going to bring in Evan Lowe to kick the extra point.
3rd touchdown of the quarter for the Shamrocks. And the clock is, of course, now running.
And they started right now.
I don't think they do on the extra points, Mike, to be honest with you.
He gave him the run. The official gave him the run signal, but I think he meant this thing doesn't start until we get it ready for the kickoff. So Lowe is now 5 for 5 on extra points. So what we're going to do, we'll take a break. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 35-0. We will be back after this.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
High school football
from AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Welcome back to Byesville. Mike Snively with Jeff Stevens and Vanilla Ice in the background, playing as the Barnesville Shamrocks kind of putting the icing on the cake tonight early here. 2:18 left here in the third quarter. They lead Meadowbrook 35-0. Evan Lowe to kick off for the Shamrocks.
Another strong
kick.
This one's down inside the 10.
And that's going to be returned by the Colts. Ooh, and there's a good stick. And see if you can catch a number on that guy. But that was Zach Nisley with the return there. But a really big stick there by Barnesville.
Carpenter was there, Camden Carpenter, and also looked like maybe, I can't read
Well, if you said Carpenter on Barnesville's team, you got about a 1 in 5 chance of being right. I think there's 4 on the roster. So
we'll see if Barnesville does a little subbing.
I think Barnesville has. It looks like they still have some starters in there. Clock is running below 2 minutes.
We're still in the third quarter.
So Huey gets a snap. He hands to Bop. Bop tries the left side, and he cannot get outside. There's a host, I should say, of Barnesville Shamrock defenders there.
And I think the first man to hit him was Casey Carpenter. And a loss of a yard for Bop.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 receivers to the right.
19 carries for Bop tonight, but only a net of 46 yards.
Huey to his right, under pressure again. Nobody seems to be open. He has to throw it away, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. But with that incompletion, the clock's going to continue to run, and the next play won't be run until there's under a minute left.
And the time really goes quick, once you get into this running time situation. And I noticed that, also, when you get into the basketball season, when you get the running clock, well, you can have a lot of things happen on an out-of-bounds play or a foul shot that a whole minute can run off the clock with no action.
And I notice a lot of coaches in basketball will sub a lot during free throws and act like they're making up their mind. Yeah, let's go with him. So you can run about a minute and a half.
Keep the clock off running there.
Yeah. So under 40 seconds here in the third quarter brought to you by Barnesville Hospital. Huey deep, drops back, goes down the middle, and he overthrows Lowry, who was streaking down the middle of the field.
Luke Detling.
Well defended by Detling, and that could very well be our. Well, Meadowbrook's going to send a punt team in, but they really don't have to run a play here because the clock's running and there's under 15 seconds.
And I'll be honest with you, Mike. When you're down 35-0, why force the issue?
Right, exactly.
On that, I mean, you're not giving up.
Right.
Yet, why?
You might save some injuries.
Save some injuries, which is the reason for the rule, and it's something that. I think coaches, really appreciate, especially on this type of night. We've already had a few cramps.
And that's it for the third quarter here from Byesville. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 35-0. We'll be right back.
At Wayne Garage Door, we are so much more than just garage doors. Our product offerings include entrance doors for both commercial applications as well as your home. Vinyl replacement windows and storm doors can also be found in our showroom. A Beam central vacuum system can help you clean up around your home or office. And let's not forget about our service department that is ready to repair your broken down door or opener. You can see why our company is so much more than just garage doors. Call Wayne Garage Door today at 740-439-7555.
Are you looking for a way to make a positive difference in a child's life? Hi, my name is Alicia Mallett, and I'm the Foster Care Program Coordinator for Guernsey County Children's Services. There are children right here in your community who need a temporary or permanent home through foster care or adoption. Are you ready to be that home for them? For more information on how to become a foster or adoptive parent, please call 740-439-5555. The children in our community are counting on you.
Back to Meadowbrook High School. Cam Morrison, left footer, gives a nice high punt, and that's going to be fair caught by Duker Costello.
And I'm watching here too. Also, one of the rushers, and I believe it was Marshall Mead, was blocked into the punter, and he did hit the punter, but because he was blocked, there is no penalty. But of course, the fans yell, "How about roughing the kicker?" But I believe
he was blocked into
it. But the punter is down on the field, so we will get a stoppage because of the injury, and hopefully this is not.
And you're in a vulnerable situation when you're punting.
I watched. I think Duker Costello, fielded the punt, and Barnesville will put the ball in play at their own 43-yard line, and I'm sure we'll get a few backup people in carrying the ball now for Barnesville.
Well, I'm looking at the huddle they have out there now. I still see quite a few starters. I see a 1, a 5, a 7, a 9. So
that's the difference too with the game being on turf, Mike. If this was a game with the white uniforms on grass, it would be a lot easier to tell because they would be a little stained up with the grass and the perspiration.
That's true.
But turf does hold many advantages.
It does look like Alvarez and Tayson Starr
Tayson Starr has went over to the side there, and so he and Alvarez are. And looks like Detling also is over to the side there, so they're going to see a few different people. But we are unfortunately, we're still tending to injury.
And that's Cam Morrison, who, like I said, when you punt the football,
yeah, he's now setting up, and they get a couple players come out, to assist him off the field. And
you're vulnerable though when you're on that one leg, and somebody comes and side swipes you in the knee, and you're trying to one-leg it.
And Cam's been involved in a lot of things there tonight. I have him for 3 catches for about 31 yards, but he's not putting any weight on his left leg.
No, he's not. And he's a left-footed punter, too.
That's so hopefully he can get over to the side here, and it's something that, he can be okay for next week. But, he's putting no weight on his left leg, which, that's just, not a good sign.
Okay, so Barnesville sends out their offensive lineup.
Oh, you're cheating now.
Yeah, I got my cell phone light on. It's hard to see here. And then we are going to have a new quarterback. It looks like is that going to be number 3, Camden Carpenter?
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. We got a number 22, and we have a fumble right off the bat. That was Casey Carpenter.
Casey Carpenter, now the backup quarterback.
But Barnesville fortunately recovered that for
the ball carrier was Kobe Jones.
Okay. Yep, Kobe Jones. So Barnesville's going to be playing quite a few.
And believe it or not, Mike, Kobe Jones is not a sophomore.
He is.
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman. Okay. Wow.
No gain for Jones on the play.
So.
And he came in last week and got quite a few carries in the last quarter up at Buckeye Local last week.
Carpenter goes under center. Casey pitches it to 16.
That is Jones.
And that is Jones again. Kobe Jones, the freshman.
And he's going to pick up
nice hard run there by the
about
freshman.
5 yards.
We have another penalty, and we got a holding on Barnesville. Now with a penalty, Jeff, the clock still runs.
Clock continues to run. Yes.
Clock only stops after a score, an injury, and I believe that's it. So we're under 10 minutes and 20 seconds now.
But that's going to wipe out that positive run there by Kobe Jones, and 10 yards from the spot of the foul is going to take it all the way back down to the 30-yard line. And
that's going to be real deep. Second and this is about the, I don't know, 3rd or 4th time we've had second and 23.
About 23.
Yeah.
But, the clock, run here, Barnes will get in no hurry. Of course, the 40-second play clock still is in play also.
I remember the number 20 or 22, 20s, Bernie Kosar down at Miami when he's playing college. And Carpenter's he's a lefty. He throws a nice ball. He hits number 11 out here, Brady McIntyre. And I mean, he whipped that ball out here.
And that's a pickup of about 6.
But McIntyre on that out route, the left-hander, Casey Carpenter, flipped those hips around and zipped that ball right in there. Nice throw there by Carpenter to McIntyre. So that's going to bring up 3rd and almost 19. Barnesville obviously in no hurry. We're at 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. They lead 35-0 over the Meadowbrook Colts. Looks like they will be keeping a hold of that Bill Dowler trophy at the school.
And Carpenter, Casey Carpenter, the lefty, is in now. We'll go get a timeout. And people, feel like, he's, throws a very, very good ball, and he's the quarterback of the future. And here's an opportunity for him to get some varsity time in. Now he also plays, some offensively and defensively, with the first group. So I don't know if they use him as a quarterback in JV games or not.
Right. And that's another thing too, Jeff. When you get some smaller schools, your backups, sometimes you're limited on your backups. You might only have, I think you mentioned tonight, Monroe Central has, 27 players, and I heard Shady Side at one point is really down on numbers this year.
They're under 30, and they've usually had, in the 40. So a lot of schools are down.
Right.
And early in the season, and you always figure there's always a possibility of losing a player or two because of injury or illness during the season.
Yeah. Our 4th quarter sponsor tonight is Village Hardware and Rental. Also, I'd like to hit on the rest of our sponsors, and we have a lot of those. I want to thank the sponsors for putting on this game, but it's Sonotone Hearing Aid Center, Belmont Savings Bank, the Corner Pharmacy, West 40 Auto Sales, and that's just about 20%. I'll hit the rest of them throughout the rest of the game. So number 22, Casey Carpenter, just a sophomore, under center, left-hander, winds up, throws a really good ball again, intended for McIntyre. McIntyre made a very good effort, but incomplete. Pretty good defended out there by Mason Blankenship, the senior from Meadowbrook.
And I'll bring up 4th down punt, and that, and basically this may be Barnesville's first punt of the night.
I think you're right, Jeff.
And a lot of the first teamers, you go back on this, will be their first string punt team.
Right.
Most teams, I'm sure, have not set up a punt team for their JVs yet. And Lowe is the punter, and I'm almost certain it's the first punt because I think I would have remembered calling the name.
Yeah, we would have known Lowe was punting. So Lowe doing the kickoff duties. Single point.
Yeah, single man deep for the Colts.
Mason Blankenship. Lowe gets a punt. He's going to get a pretty good roll, and a really good roll actually. Not returnable, so they're going to down it. It's at the Colts' own 23-yard line.
Yeah, Casey Carpenter.
Change of possession.
Excuse me, Camden Carpenter. So I confused my Carpenters.
Yeah.
Camden Carpenter downing that punt. So they'll stop the clock now briefly, and as soon as it's whistled ready for play, it will start again. 7:57.
And we're going to get looks like a official stoppage.
Barnesville's going to call
timeout, make some adjustments here.
Probably to get some personnel changes and maybe to make sure they have the proper number of people. That's a problem. That's a job on your assistant coaches. To make sure that you have 11 on the field at the snap, not 10, not 12.
Been there, done that, trying to get those right guys in at the end of the game. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Looking for new tires for your ride? Mass Tires in Pleasant City should be your first stop. Mass Tires is now under new management and still committed to continuing high-quality customer service and offering competitive prices on top-of-the-line inventory, including Bridgestone, Cooper, Mastercraft, and so much more. Stop in at 519 Main Street in Pleasant City to see Chuck and Brandy. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., or call 740-685-1199. Mass Tires, the best place to retire.
Back here at Meadowbrook High School, Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 35-0. 7:57 left in the game. Colts offensively starting off at their own 23, right hash. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Jump pass on the run pass option to Blankenship. Blankenship's going to pick up 13 on the first down.
He's going to get all the way out to the past the 35-yard line.
So Barnesville looks like they have many backups in the game.
Third catch for Blankenship in the game. Yeah, a lot of New Jerseys in.
Huey rolls to his left, throws, and it's going to be incomplete pass intended for freshman Braylon Lowry. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Colts 38-yard line.
And if Meadowbrook would go down and score, that would put less than 30 on the difference, and we would go back to regular timing.
Now, basketball, it's 35, but then you have to get it below 30, I believe, for the running clock to stop.
Just looking at a couple of scores, Shenandoah leading Shady Side 38-12 in the second half. River leading Trimble 14-12.
Pass out to McManaway. McManaway breaks a couple tackles. He's going to have a first down, so that's going to be a gain of 13 for Cooper McManaway. Huey to Cooper McManaway. Inside Barnesville territory, 49-yard line, 6:35 clock rolling.
Buckeye trailing currently 41-20 at Harrison Central.
Snap to Huey. Huey looks up top. Norman on the route, makes a nice play, and he is going to be brought down, almost a touchdown, saving touchdown tackle, but Norman makes a nice catch, gets it down to almost the 10-yard line.
That's about a 40-yard gain. Couldn't catch the number there that made the
I can't see because the jersey's rolled up.
Yep.
And it's hard to tell. Might be a 20s number.
And who was the receiver?
That was Nick Norman. So trips to the left, handoff to Bop. Bop's going to get inside the 10 down to about the 6. Under 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Clock rolling. 35-point rule in effect. But could be stopped with a Colts touchdown here. Bop in the backfield. Pistol formation. Snap to Huey. to Bop. Bop's going to get about 1, so it's going to bring up 3rd, and the Colts can still snuff out a first down here inside the 2-yard line. So it's going to be about 3rd, and I'm going to say 3 from about the 4.
And same thing happened to Barnesville last week. They scored, took a 32-0 lead there in the middle of the 4th quarter.
Yes.
And then Buckeye
Hand
Local
off to
scored.
Bop. Bop is in. Bop's going to have a 4-yard run. So Sam Bop breaks the scoring drought for the Colts. And that's going to make the score 35-6 in favor of the Shamrocks.
4-yard run?
4-yard run.
And we will go back to regular timing now with 5:03 left in the game. But, really, somebody say, well, Barnesville lost their shutout. Meadowbrook kept the players' first team in. But, you got to work on things when you're in Meadowbrook situation.
No question.
There. The kick.
Garrett Milam puts her through the upright. So from Meadowbrook, and we're going to keep it here with 5:03 left in the 4th quarter. The Barnesville Shamrocks lead the Meadowbrook Colts 35-7. So very similar to the game we saw last week with Meadowbrook and Maysville. Score got to 35-0. Meadowbrook goes down, scores, and that's where we stand 35-7. Do you have any other scores?
A couple of scores here. New Cumberstown is leading Byesville 54-0 in the 4th quarter. Caldwell in the second half is leading Steubenville Catholic 35-0. Wheeling Park is leading St. Clairsville 35-7. A little bit of a surprise there. As I gave you the Caldwell score, I'm looking here.
Carrollton 14, Philo nothing. Thanks for the update there from my cameraman Andrew Dunlap.
Lindsley with a big lead over Tuscarora Central Catholic 41-0.
Cambridge 35, Coshocton 7.
Monroe Central 28, Bridgeport 20. That game is still in the second half.
All right, so Colts kicking off. First time they've kicked off since the, they kicked off to start the second half. So but Milam will line it up, number 99, the left footer. 5:03 here left from Byesville in the game. Rocks lead the Colts 35-7. It's an onside kick.
Little squib kick.
And it looks like the Colts, there's a scrum. Barnesville was not prepared for the onside kick, and Meadowbrook gets the onside kick.
That was recovered by, I believe.
I'm going to go with number 19.
No, 51.
50, okay.
Talon Cannon.
Talon Cannon with the recovery for the Colts. So that's going to bring the Colts offense back out on the field, and I believe the Barnesville first string defense is back out on the field.
I see some guys back out there. Quentin Lazier's back out there, Robbie Nixon, Mead. Yeah, I think about their first defense is back on the field. Coach Allen doesn't want to give up another score.
So 35-7, Shamrocks lead the Colts. 4:59 in the 4th quarter. Huey in the pistol. Run pass option, and throws a nice ball in the hands, in and out, and dropped. I think it was intended for Nick Norman. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I have Mr. Huey now throwing the ball 25 times.
25
today.
How many completions does?
And he has 11 completions, and then others have thrown 1 of 2. And so they've thrown the ball quite a bit, except for when Bop's carried the ball, and I have him for 22 carries.
22 carries for Bop.
And Meadowbrook's run a lot more plays than Barnesville.
Huey, straight drop. Up in the air, down the middle, down the seams, nothing there. Intended for Norman. Good coverage there by Hannes and Detling.
That breeze is coming up again, blowing my papers around, Mike.
Hey, I'll take a slight breeze, not the rain.
No complaints.
I don't need the rain.
I think we made her through tonight.
4th quarter brought to you by Village Hardware and Rental. Also, we have some other sponsors. Village Hardware and Rentals, Barnesville Dairy Queen, Rumor Loudon, Valentine Insurance, Barnesville Do It Best, Wayne Garage Door Sales, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services. 2 backs in the backfield this time. Huey takes a snap, rolls to his right. He's coming back here for a screen to McManaway, and he dropped it. So that's going to bring up 4th and 10. Also on the sponsor list, WVU Medicine, Barnesville Hospital, Stoney's RV, 209 Tire, Mass Tire, the Guernsey County Children's Services, Bruner Land Company, Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, and Abels Incorporated. So many sponsors, so thankful. All right, so 4th and 10. Colts have no choice. They're going to go for it from the Barnesville 42-yard line. Huey takes the snap, under pressure, throws it down the middle, ball intercepted, and that's by number 3, Camden Carpenter. He's got some room to go, and he's going to be brought down at the Meadowbrook 42-yard line. So on 4th and 10, Huey throws it down the middle, intercepted by Camden Carpenter, whose name we've called quite a bit tonight.
And there's a situation, too, Mike. On 4th down,
you can knock that thing down.
If you knock the ball down, you get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. He said, why that? He returned it well past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did. I was thinking the same thing,
he
just
was thinking,
knock it down, but he was thinking, I'm going to score a touchdown
he was
here.
thinking get up the sideline and score. Again, and he scored once earlier.
Right.
We had him on a rushing TD.
I tell you another thing, too, I've been impressed with is the secondary coverage by Barnesville. They've done a really good job on the Meadowbrook receivers.
And I tell you, in most high school teams always have a concern about their secondary.
Right.
A good passing team can really offset a lot of things there. But as you said, they've done it. And I say that's, counting a couple of halfback passes, that's 30 pass plays that have been thrown, by Meadowbrook tonight, and just 12 completions. So, that secondary is done, well. And that last play, Huey had some good pressure. He's not had a lot of time to stand around and look for receivers.
Shamrocks bring in their second group offense. Number 22, Casey Carpenter. Hands off.
That's Kobe Jones.
And that was Kobe Jones, the running back, the freshman running back. He's going to lose maybe a yard. Shamrocks in no hurry here. We're about 1 week away from major college football. There are a few games tomorrow involving some Division I college teams and Division I FCS teams.
Yeah, inside 4 minutes now, but we are a regular clock operating. We're getting a halfback pass.
We have back pass here. And that's a great catch. So the halfback at that was Tayson Starr.
Tayson Starr to Duker Costello.
To Duker Costello. So there are some, a couple starters back in the game. So the Shamrocks throw the halfback pass up 35-7 with under 4 minutes to go. Clock rolling. First down Barnesville at the Colts 12-yard line.
33 yards maybe on that catch.
About 33.
Costello's fourth catch of the day, and Starr's first throw. We've seen some other throwers here today, too, for both teams.
Yeah, we have. We've seen a lot of trick plays. Lowry threw the one pass. There was the Starr threw a nice pass there. Nice catch, actually, too, by Duker Costello.
Yeah, I have him for 4 catches for about 70 yards.
And that handoff is to Kobe Jones. And I tell you, for a freshman, I think Kobe Jones looks impressive running the football, runs hard.
And he's gotten 3 carries here now in this fourth quarter. We'll see how much urgency there is by Barnesville here. But one thing you want to do, even it's mostly second line kids in here. Those kids have been working their tails off all through July and August.
Yes.
Some of these kids, they deserve a chance to get the ball in the end zone.
Carpenter under center. Hands off to Jones. Jones pushing his way inside the 5 down to about the 4. That's going to bring up about third and 2.
Yeah, Ethan Hetty,
3
on the tackle.
So 3rd and 3, long 3. Shamrocks can attain a first down here inside the 2. Ball's going to be placed at the 5-yard line. Clock running. Going to be under 2 minutes here shortly. Shamrocks lead 35-7 here in Byesville. Fine folks from Meadowbrook fans telling us to have a good evening.
Jones.
And Jones outside, and he's probably going to get the first down, Jeff.
I would say yes.
Now, Barnesville could realistically kneel on it from here on out. There's a minute 44 left. They could take 3 knees. That would end it. And let's see what they decide to do here. But I don't think so. With you want to get your back up some touchdowns
I think
here.
in this situation and stuff. Now it's now of course if you're on the wrong end of the score here, the losing end, you think well Barnesville's running the score up.
Right.
But they're getting some secondary kids some work, and Jones
and we got a helmet flying
and a touchdown.
Kobe Jones is in from 1 yard out. Kobe Jones makes the score 41-7 with 1 minute 18 seconds left to go.
And now, can Evan Lowe stay perfect
And
tonight?
Evan Lowe,
he's 5
of
of
5, yes, on extra points. Good point, Jeff. He's going to try to go 6 for 6 here on extra points.
He did not kick last week. Now, there's probably a reason for that, which I'm not aware of.
Right.
But he has kicked today, and he's kicked
kicked
this one out
well.
of sight.
Yeah, that time he about kicked it back to the track again. So we'll leave it here. Now let's take a break. Look, cameraman says, old Andrew says, let's take a break. So we'll take a break. We'll be from Meadowbrook, score 42-7 in favor of the Shamrocks. We'll be back after this.
At Wayne Garage Door, we are so much more than just garage doors. Our product offerings include entrance doors for both commercial applications as well as your home. Vinyl replacement windows and storm doors can also be found in our showroom. A Beam central vacuum system can help you clean up around your home or office. And let's not forget about our service department that is ready to repair your broken down door or opener. You can see why our company is so much more than just garage doors. Call Wayne Garage Door today at 740-439-7555.
High school football
From AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Back here at Eugene Capers Field, Mike Snively along with Jeff Stevens. Barnesville leads Meadowbrook 42-7. Just a minute 18 left to play. Running clock initiated. Should be initiated. Clock's not running currently. Kickoff. And that's going to be returned by number 2, Corbin Sitchna, 6'2", 165-pound junior for the Colts.
And there's that tee rolling
and
way
he
down
kicked
the field.
He kicked the tee to the 21-yard line that time. So I tell you, I'm enamored by that, Jeff. I really am. Yeah, the ball boy had to run clear down there and get that thing.
Is it rolling extra because we're on a turf field?
I don't know. I don't think it would go that far in grass.
But
that's crazy, though. That's the second time that's happened tonight. That time he did not shatter the tee, though.
So Coach Allen's always looking for something to work on for next week, so maybe it's not kicking
Not
the
to
tee
kick
on
the
the kickoffs.
Could be a good strategy, though. He could trip the opponents
But
up.
the kicks have still been very good.
They have been, yeah. They found themselves a kicker there.
So maybe a couple of plays here. Bob's going to throw it again.
Huey over to Norman. Norman just out of the reach to Nick Norman. Clock is running under 50 seconds. We're running clock again. 42-7 Barnesville. They will retain the Dowler Trophy and get to keep it in their school building for at least another year.
This could very well be the final play, depending on how Coach Norman chooses to do after this play is over.
Huey back, straight drop. Chucks it, finds Norman. He's going to get a first down. That's going to be a gain of about 14. Nick Norman having a big night offensively for the Colts.
And that is another first down. We're inside 20 seconds. Colts going to go ahead and try to get one more play off.
Huey takes the snap, unblocked, goes deep, up to Norman again, and caught by Norman. And he's going to have to try to beat the clock to score, but he's going to be taken down to about the 6-yard line, and that's going to end it right there.
That's about 50 yards on that play.
That is a 50-yarder. That one will help the stats, though. That's a big play there for the Colts. Nice throw there by Justice Huey. But that's going to end, and that's going to wrap things up here from Byesville. And Barnesville is going to, like I said earlier, going to retain that Dowler Trophy. They're going to go ahead and coast to victory tonight, 42-7 over the Colts. We're going to calculate some stats, have some last-minute analysis for you as both teams shake hands. But final from Eugene Capers Field here in Byesville, Barnesville 42, Meadowbrook 7. We will be back.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? my eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
A home with a Trane heating and cooling system is many things through the year. When the sun broils everything in sight, a Trane home is a cool ocean breeze, refreshing and invigorating. When the sky turns dark and rain soaks the neighborhood for days, the air in a Trane home feels light, fresh and dry. When Old Man Winter brings his worst, a Trane home provides a warm, cozy, inviting environment that can fend off any chill from outside. And during the warm days and cold nights of seasonal transitions, a Trane home will keep the comfort consistent, even when the weather isn't. Because Trane Comfort is about heating, cooling, and beyond.
Rumor Loudon has been in business since 1975. They provide free estimates on new installations. They have offices in St. Clairsville and Barnesville. Visit rumorloudon.com for home comfort information.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
If you're having any problems with your air conditioning, you want someone who will be there right away to help. This is Russ Abels. At Abels, we provide emergency service for any brand of heating cooling system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us. We promise to get you up and running quickly and professionally. And if you ever need a replacement or you always wanted AC, we'll help you save energy and money with a new high-efficiency system. For heating and air conditioning, call Abels.
At WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital, we're delivering the right care at the right place at the right time. Whether you're injured in the big game or backyard family fun, we're ready to get you back to performing your best on the field or off. Barnesville Hospital offers state-of-the-art diagnostic imaging services like X-rays, a new CAT scan that provides the greatest degree of resolution, clarity, and definition in our images, and our MRI that can help our team of physicians diagnose torn ligaments and other tissue injuries. WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital is proud to be your community hospital, delivering the right care at the right place at the right time.
Start thinking about outdoor project season. That's where J&S Tree Care Services can help. Whether it's hauling, cutting, trimming, removal, stump grinding, leaf and debris cleanup, or any other timber project, nothing is too far away, too big, or too small. J&S Tree Care Services can do it all. Find us on Facebook at JS Tree Care Services and call me, Jeanette, or my husband, Steve, for a free quote at 740-260-6603.
High school football
From AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
We are back here at Eugene Capers Field on the campus of Meadowbrook High School. I'm Mike Snively, joined by Jeff Stevens. And Barnesville dismantled the Colts tonight 42-7. And right out of the gate, this thing took a turn for the worse for the Colts, but for the better for the Shamrocks. Tayson Starr, first play from scrimmage Barnesville had offensively, 58-yard touchdown run, extra point by Evan Lowe. In the second quarter, C.J. Hannis had a 4-yard run to make it 14-0. In the third quarter, Tayson Starr had another long run, 51-yard run to make it 21-0 after the Evan Lowe extra point. Then Salvador Alvarez with a 1-yard run in the third quarter to make it 28-0. Camden Carpenter with a 1-yard run in the third quarter to make it 35-0. Sam Bopp cracked the scoring column for the Colts on a 4-yard run with a Garrett Milam extra point, and that made it 35-7. And Kobe Jones wrapped up the scoring tonight with a 1-yard run, and Evan Lowe with the extra point, who was 6 of 6 tonight on extra points, made the final score Barnesville 42, Meadowbrook 7, and the Barnesville Shamrocks were just presented the Dowler Trophy by the family of Bill Dowler, so they will keep that trophy in their school for another year. Well, Jeff, I didn't expect this, but this is what happened tonight. This game usually is a highly contested game, competitive, and tonight Barnesville, proved, both teams, young teams, but Barnesville's youngins and the experience of their quarterback and obviously some other big playmakers who are underclassmen from Barnesville. Barnesville proved that they might be a pretty good team.
Well, I think you mentioned one thing there. When you bring an experienced quarterback who started every game last year and a handful of games as a sophomore, that's a good starting point for your offense. And Tayson Starr, his first year as a running back, but he was a wide receiver and a defender last year. So he was on the field a lot. And you mentioned in the recap the 2 long runs. I had Tayson Starr carried the ball 11 times for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. As the Shamrocks run for 282 yards tonight. The 180 for Starr. C.J. Hannes, just 9 carries tonight. He had 46 yards. Almaraz added 5 carries for 16. Camden Carpenter came in, played a little bit of tailback there at times. He carried the ball 7 times for 30 yards, and Kobe Jones 5 times for 10 yards and a touchdown. The Shamrocks also had 101 yards passing, as C.J. Hannes was 6 of 10, and then with also Carpenter getting some time late, and then also a halfback pass that was in there. So 100 yards passing for Barnesville. Costello, had 4 catches for 70 yards. Detling 2 for 23. Starr 1 catch for 3. McIntyre 1 catch for 6. So Barnesville 383 yards of total offense, and I'm not sure if people were counting as you give out there. 6 Barnesville touchdowns, 5 different players found the end zone
that's
tonight
a good point.
also.
That's a good point.
And for the Colts, and at times they started to move the ball, but then just something would happen to stop that. Just 73 yards rushing tonight, though, for the Colts. 22 carries and 56 yards for Bopp. Sam Bopp was definitely the big ball carrier. Morrison carried 3 times for 15 yards, and also had Huey, and he was running for his life a lot of nights, 4 carries for 2 yards net. Huey put the ball in the air 30 times tonight, completing 13, was intercepted once. 200 yards passing for the Colts tonight, as Norman had 5 catches, and what I tell you the yardage was on that.
I got it written down here somewhere, but not okay. 5 for 121.
5 for 121. Also, Morrison had 3 catches for about 30 yards. Lowry had a couple catches. Blankenship had 3 catches for 33 yards, and also McManaway had a catch for 13. So, 273 yards of total offense for the Colts, 383 yards of total offense for the Shamrocks. And really, Shamrocks, pretty much did everything offensive and defensive that they wanted tonight. Pretty good performance. They'll make their home debut next week against Buckeye Trail, and we're already 1/5 of the way through that season. You told us the fastest 10 weeks.
No doubt.
And I'll tell you what, Mike, glad I got a chance to fill in tonight and come over
here
with you.
I'm glad you came over, Jeff.
On that. We've known each other for a long time and attended a lot of the same events and stuff.
Absolutely.
But probably not, to my knowledge, the second time we've actually sat, and done a game on the radio together. So
we did a basketball game down in Woodsfield one night with 1 headset.
Yeah, things
and a cell phone.
Things didn't go exactly well there. So so I go back, and over the weekend here, and I had a chance to see your in-laws. I'll say that had a chance to work with you tonight. Which
please do that.
Which I'm sure they already know.
Well, please do that.
Since your wife is in Woodsfield tonight.
Yeah, she's out in
game.
Woodsfield tonight watching our nephew play as Monroe Central took on the Bulldogs.
But glad to be here tonight. Nice job. Nice night. Shamrocks. 2 weeks in a row, pretty impressive. They're young kids, and obviously Meadowbrook's some work to do, but a lot of young kids, and they'll go back to work tomorrow and first of the week. You said Cambridge next week.
Cambridge next week for
Cambridge,
the Colts.
Cambridge, a pretty highly thought of team for this year, so
yes.
Colts will have their hands full next week also.
Cambridge is in the improved department. Well, let's hand out a couple things here, Jeff. Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by the Guernsey County Children's Services. And I'm going to go as the play of the game is the first offensive play for the Barnesville Shamrocks, where Tayson Starr got the ball, went untouched up the middle for 58 yards, and that touchdown run to get the ball rolling for the green and white. So the play of the game goes to Tayson Starr. The drive of the game, it's the White Pillars Christmas House. Drive of the game, and it helped seal the win, was the second drive of the game, was an extended drive where C.J. Hannes lined up behind center, and we're probably talking 4 or 5, maybe 7, 8 plays as an extended drive in the second quarter. C.J. Hannes snuck it in, long drive, kind of wore the Colts defense down.
Yeah, that drive covered 80 yards.
80-yard drive, so, and it was capped off by a C.J. Hannes 4-yard quarterback sneak, and that was the White Pillars drive of the game. And one last thing we have to hand out here, the Plus One Pizza sponsors a Meadowbrook player of the game, Plus One Pizza in Cambridge, Caldwell, or Byesville, featuring signature pizzas and a full Italian menu. Visit plus1.com. And we're going to give the Plus One Pizza of the Game award to Nick Norman, who had 5 catches for 121 yards. So, Nick, enjoy your pizza. I will get that to you ASAP. So, once again, here from Byesville, and where we dodged some rain showers, and we're fortunate for that. And it's cooling off now. The wind's blowing, and the place is starting to clear out a little bit. Here on WBNV tonight, 93.5. We are also on YRP-TV YouTube and YRP-TV Facebook. My name is Mike Snively, and my partner tonight was Jeff Stevens, and that's a wrap. So final score in the Dowler game, and the Shamrocks will take home or keep the Dowler trophy. Barnesville 42, Meadowbrook 7. Good night, everybody.
AVC Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abels, Valentine Insurance, Flag Floors, Barnesville Hospital, Sonotone, Belmont Savings, Corner Pharmacy, Village Hardware, Dairy Queen, Rumor Loudon, Barnesville Do It Best, Wayne's Garage Door, Galaxy Pizza, J&S Tree Services, Stoney's RVs, 209 Tire, Guernsey County Children's Services, and Bruner Land Company.